quiet this map so far, but still instrumental nonetheless. And this is Methodz. He's been the star of the show. He's watching the back, but look, he's going to catch these players in mid. Hughes, oh, he's just tripped. But no problem, artillery now at the ready. Oh, he might be calling the, this is it. Well, the fighter pilot's going to be coming over from above, and this is going to be it. Soaring above, he's going to be screeching downwards, and he hasn't found anybody other than Classic, but that is still a big one. 2 dead now for EnVyUs. This is the last round they've got.
I think this is going to be the last round, full stop, Miles. There's Temp left in a 1v4, and again, how many times have I said this? The way that Rise Nation are winning rounds here, it's not in 1v1s, it's not in 2v1s. All 4 players are still alive here, and that is going to be one put to bed. I think that was 6 rounds back to back. I think EnVy went 3-0 up. They could have been 2, but either way, Rise Nation, they step it up. They find themselves a map, and now the series, of course, we sit 1-1. EnVy, if you missed it, I know it's early, the times have gone back. EnVy took that first hard point 250 to 149. Rise Nation, they answer back with a dominating search and destroy. We're going to be going to CTF next. But Miles, what happened to EnVy?
Methodz, he absolutely ran that. Both hands on the wheel, and he just drove that one all the way home. I mean, without even blowing it up. I mean, really, Methodz just went insane. I think it was an 8-kill streak in the end, 8 kills in a row. Absolutely astonishing. We're tied up 1-1 here. Rise Nation versus EnVyUs here in winners bracket round 2 at CWL Atlanta. We got more for you, boys and girls. Don't go anywhere.
The story of my family isn't about how we died. It's about how we lived.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
You're back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you got!
Rated PG-13. Predator puts you in the battle. But the fight is all yours. Summon your strength with Predator Helios with Intel Core i7 processor.
afternoon or good evening, esports fans. It's Call of Duty World League Atlanta Stop, presented by the PlayStation 4. Here we're in winners round 2. Miles and Momo bringing you all the action. It's Rise Nation versus Envious, the tournament favorites versus everyone's favorite Dark Horse, and we're tied up 1-1. Momo, we're going to win a CTF now. The S&D wasn't very close. Hardpoint wasn't very close. Who takes the CTF?
Well, it's very hard to kind of call. Going into the series, you've got to favor Rise Nation. The CTF has been pretty much on point. However, I'm looking at this Slasher versus Methods duel. Again, this assault rifle that's going to be the kind of telling tale. Take into consideration, obviously, the sides that they are on, of course. We're going to see Envy on the more preferred side to start things off and kick things off here. As Forest yesterday, Miles, we saw some very, very interesting CTFs. We saw a last-minute extra time cap, of course. And that of Envy will remember very clearly.
Oh my God, you'll never forget that one. I'd imagine they all had a horrible nightmare involving a tiny bit of a flag return that never happened. And here we go. This is a good look for Envious. Now they've made their way forward. 2 kills early on, and they're making their way through. But this is a big play now from the boys of Rise. And that's the flag out, but on the flank it's Looney, and look at that, stops the flag run, and nails Classic as well. That's an incredibly crucial kill. He managed to get out of spawn, and he ran straight down that mid-street, and with nobody there to cover it, it was nearly an impossible task for Envious to make that one work. So props there to Looney, and now he may be dead, but he's bought his time for the teammates to run forward. Gunless with a second kill there as well, and Methods, he's left that player. Oh, that's going to cost him. He's dead now. With that player now taking care of mid, Classic's going to be able to make his way forward. Another back-to-back kill from Huke is going to make this work now for Envious. So once again, it's flipped once more.
Well, there are the kills that you need to get out of your base. There's one player lurking around, that being Looney, now eliminated here. We're going to see him respawn. Oh my goodness, so talk about a tactical, a lethal grenade. 3 connect there with Huke. He's got to go down, and TJ taking full advantage of that. Classic now pushing forward. He, of course, will be immune to those stuns. He's got that armored on. Shaky shots, and Gunless, he is not going to let that one slip through the net. He finds the 3rd, and Gunless. Can he find the 4th? That's the machine pistol. The pre-fire comes in, not got enough bullets. Surely the teammates are there to trade. No, they're a little bit too far behind there. Gunless trying to do everything as he finds his 7th kill. Fantastic stuff so far. Not going to result in a cap just yet, but TJ trying to amend that.
Oh, you can't fault Gunless for that play. I mean, really, he took care of 3 players. He almost killed everyone and grabbed the flag, so you can see the confidence now surging, rising within Rise Nation. And any moment now, they're going to burst over. And this is a nice aggressive push. You can see 2 players from Envious on the other side of the map. Looney, though, he sniffed it out, finds one. Can he take care of Classic down range? He's going to hit him with that stun. That looks like a perfect throw. Expeditionary, though, is going to net that one in the bud. And now Looney defends the flag. He's got a flush Classic out of his base. Nice work there from Methods on the other side of the fence. And now they push forward, and here comes a bit of a trade across map. You can see the boys in blue making their way down south, and up north is going to be Rise Nation. So they may just be able to run past each other, and it could be a fight on the return for the flags, but it looks like Gunless is going to turn back. TJ Halley also worrying about those 2 players now in ruins, and there's Slasher in a power position. Familiar territory for him, and Gunless has made his way back towards his flag on the defense. So this is going to take away the resources from the front lines of Rise Nation, but he's desperate to take care of this player in the back end, and you know what? It might just work out. Temp's got the flag. Oh, that's a crucial kill. Temp does get dropped there by TJ Halley. So again, Rise Nation playing pensive, playing defensively, not willing to give up those caps here on Ardennes flag.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. You've got 2 very high caliber teams. On a map like Forest, you're going to have these slower games, ones where the flags may be pulled, but it's instantly going to be returned. We've got Slasher working towards those streaks, currently sat at 7 and 3 with a 4. Trying to make it a 5th here, just by those logs. He's got that infantry on, so he will be affected, of course, by those tacticals, and he's got Hunker to stop him from getting naded out of position. But Envy, they're getting the kills here. Temp 1, Huke 1, and Slasher 4, but it's that map control that they need. And I think right now the goal for them is to definitely get these streaks. These streaks means either a safety net or an offensive push that can really put Rise Nation in the ground. And Slasher starting to push forward. He's now got the teammate right beside him, that of course being Classic.
Battle in mid was won. Slasher making his way up the right-hand side flank now, pushing onwards towards the base of Rise Nation. He does have help in the middle. Oh, TJ Halley's going to put shots on him, and that's unfortunate. But again, the trade. Oh no, TJ Halley in the back end took care of both.
Timing.
And that's the whole team dead. Gunless now, flag on his back. This is the first solid-looking pull that Rise Nation have had. And he's already over the halfway mark. He's got Looney watching him. No one in any position whatsoever to make this work. I mean, this could potentially be a second if Rise can hold that line. And so far, so good. Oh, it's red kills across the board. One coming through middle now, and Looney may be killed, but that's definitely going to be a capture, and that's a wonderful way to start this. With 25 seconds left in the first round, Rise Nation have just stole that one before the halftime whistle, and that one could sting. But again, we've got EnVyUs moving forward. This defense now from Rise is going to be absolutely crucial. 15 seconds left. They can get something out of this, but are they willing to take that risk? We saw what happened yesterday.
8 seconds, they're just going to sit tight here. Gunless is again, when you get that flag in, you're going to get that plus 200, you're going to work towards Streak. He's going to get closer, he's trying to stay alive just for the last couple of seconds. He's going to slither his way to life, and now Gunless 1-0 up, of course, with Rise Nation in the CTF after beating EnVy on that S&D. And here you see that 3-piece. But Gunless definitely needs to focus on these streaks going into the next half. I'd love to see his team bait for him, maybe TJ or Looney pushing out first. EnVy, they're in a little bit of a predicament here.
A really rough spot to be in. Again, the memory of yesterday's TK matchup. They literally lost it in the final moments, down to possibly a bit of play error, possibly a bit of miscommunication, but regardless, the flag being out, forced in overtime, and then that really cost them in the end. Slasher now making his way forward through the open field, shots in on a lot of players. I mean, that damage is he's gonna buy them the time they need, and now Classic coming in to pick up the pieces over the top, hip fire, and this is a lovely aggressive start now for EnVyUs. The battle for mid was lost there. TJ may have won the gunfight there, but Classic is gonna win the war, and here comes the play. Far forward, EnVy are moving, but you can see those players of Rise Nation spawning, bottom right-hand corner. Huke needs to win this battle here in Ruins, and if he does, he's gonna buy that lane now for his team. Looney charging forward. Huke not strong enough there as Looney bests him in combat, and now we have another run. Looney now, that win in Ruins has actually opened that lane up entirely, and now we've got 2 members moving through the bottom. Classic's going to be facing them any second now, and this is going to hurt if he doesn't get him. And oh, Looney, what a run this is. 3 in a row. Flag grab as well. I wouldn't be too surprised if he was a little further away from Streaks, but still. Huke now on the defense desperately as Rise Nation come crashing in on the EnVyUs base.
Yeah, and in the midst of everything going down there, Gunless does not earn those streaks. Obviously, we talked about it at the end of the half, should I say. But with 4 minutes now, as the first 60 seconds tick by, Rise Nation, they're enjoying this ticking time bomb that is going to equal another map victory. If it stays this way, they will, of course, go into that hard point. 1 map away from that winner bracket final, but Method's here. This is where he's comfortable, behind the cover, with the assault rifle. TJ, the complete opposite. He likes to get in the face of the enemy, that PPSH in hand, but I like this play from TJ. Now they've got full control of the field. EnVy are on the back foot. They're the one that has to push out. So TJ now can take full advantage of that, but shaky shots finally finds him, and he's going to be traded out. But all this time that's going down, I started speaking at around 4 minutes. It's nearly 3. Another 60 seconds have gone by, and absolutely nothing has been gained for EnVy.
Yeah, there's a lot of kills, a lot of back and forth, but they're not really happening in the best place, and Method's there. Embarrassed, quite frankly, by Slasher, and Gunless now hoping to find another one. Surges forward, and that's big kills. That's 2 big. Now in a row. This is a potential grab.
He doesn't know it. Gunless doesn't know that that flag is free, and he's just happy to lurk around with a 1-0 advantage. He's now potentially going to pull this, but he feels that there's going to be one play, and that just couldn't be worse timing here. Maybe EnVy, a little bit of lady luck on the side as Temp and Classic combine for the 2, and now they're going to start their aggressive push. But Methods, he's not moved from the logs, he's not moved from the cabin, and he's going to find himself on the floor in the ground, and that's by Classic.
Oh, there we go. And EnVy, though, they're making their way forward. This is TJ Halley in Ruins. Again, he's got 2 players around him. Slow and steady. Again, look at the front line from EnVy. They've moved real far forward. They've managed to pin Rise in their base, but they need to get these kills, and this is, we like this, the setup now, the slow and steady move forward. They're going to have to comb the Ruins. They're going to get those players out, and you can see TJ Halley sitting in the back corner there, gun trailed there, and here comes Huke over the top. A little bit of revenge on Looney. Can he get it? He needs a bit of help. That nade's going to really slow him down. Temp there to back him up as well. Those 2 submachine guns firing away, and Temp finds the window. That's a big one. He's made his way through. On the bottom end, Slasher's made his way through the ice, and now we've got a pinch on the base. Rise Nation backs against the wall quite literally, and here comes the play. The flag's on the move, but you can see the open field. 2, now 3 members of Rise. They're all across the map. They may have won the battle on the flag, but look at this. They've made it all the way to their base.
Yeah,
and Looney's got the flag.
Methods did everything he needed to there. He found 2, he injured the 3rd. That was more than he could actually be asked to do, and Rise Nation, they're going to get that flag away. We're going to hit a stalemate right now, and all of that progression that EnVy just made, we now look at Rise Nation. They're in a stalemate at 1-0 up, 90 seconds on the clock. They don't have to be aggressive. They can be the ones that dictate the pace, how this game goes down, but Slasher finds the head of Methods. Gunless answers back. Can he find the second onto Classic? Absolutely not. But again, there is 60 seconds coming up here, and EnVy, they need to make a move. They need to be aggressive. They don't have many chances at this opportunity.
That's what happens when you overextend a little bit. They went all in on that push to get the flag out, and it may have cost them, but they can redeem themselves here in this stalemate, and they need to. 1 minute left on the clock now. Classic. Looney has that flag right in front of him. Methods playing bodyguard. Oh, that's a big kill. That's very, very important. Now Looney possibly going for it. Oh, TJ, he's behind. He's in there. Is he going to be able to find these players? Find Slasher. The flag's still in front of him. That's Huke. He's making a run for it, and this is a big push. He's making his way through. Over the top.
TJ.
He's going to hunt him down, and if he gets this kill, this could be a cap. On the other side of the map, the battle's going down as well. TJ, he's just chasing him. It's a cat and mouse game right now. TJ. He's just found Slasher as well. And Slasher's going to be dropped. Huke. TJ is getting the kills. And this could do it. He's going to get the return. That is another capture for Rise Nation with 15 seconds. And that is the second of 3 nails in the coffin of Envious here. 10 seconds to go. I don't think there's a whole lot they can do, Momo, and wow.
There is one thing. TJ can just run home. He was trying to get a third there. But a phenomenal ending there by TJ Haley. He finds himself not only playing Ring Around the Rose, he picks up the second kill of Slasher, that long-range PPSH. He shuts down Huke, he returns the flag, and you know, the arrogance almost to pull another one. Fair play to the little guy. He's on fire on that main stage, and he finds himself now 2-1 up in the series after losing that map 1. And you can see a little bit of a smirk. He's like, did you guys see what I did to that team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got us that. I got us. Don't worry.
I chased Tuka around almost the whole map, and then I killed him and his teammate in a 2v1 situation. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Let's be real. TJ Haley is one of the world's best submachine gun players. I mean, that little clip there, that little highlight reel for him, I mean, it just goes to show the ludicrous amount of talent on Rise Nation.
It was when he jumped up and over the little rock between the tree. It was just that instinct, that slither where he connected a couple of bullets, and then he starts running around. You saw it, we saw it. TJ Haley, fantastic stuff for Rise Nation, and now they lead 2-1 in the series. We're going to go to a hard point, and this is where you've got to think, you know, how did this break down initially? And Valkyrie, if you guys missed it, I know it was early, game 1, day 3, map 1, of course. Valkyrie, we favored Rise Nation, by all means, and we had the statistics to back that up, but Envy won by over 100 points. I think the only way that they win the second hard point, we need that same performance out of Classic, we need that X Factor in Temp, and we need the consistency from Slasher as well. Huke, that little bit of extra spice that could push Envy to a game 5. Now, Rise Nation, do they just close it out here? Do they put it in the ground after map 4?
They might. They might. But in the meantime, with that CTF done and dusted, let's have a quick look at the play of the game presented by Scuff. Here we go. Lo and behold, it's our boy TJ Haley. Here it was. Find Slasher, and again, this is dying moments of the game in a stalemate. So meanwhile, his teammates are doing the best job they can to hold on.
That
little jump shot. TJ, look, he's desperate to track him down. He knows he's checking every corner so well, and this is the 2v1 he couldn't have played any better. Slasher on spawn, unaware of where TJ was, gun Slasher, and then picks up Huke as well. I mean, it's as clutch as it gets. With 20 seconds left on the clock, I mean, to not force the overtime, to actually take care of that flag cap. And in the meantime, like, his whole team is winning the engagements on their side of the map as well.
I love that. And, you know, being in the position, you just know TJ, that communication when he's running around that flag, he'll have been saying, all right, guys, I'm sneaking up behind one. Got one. Oh, I've seen him. I've injured him. I've got him. Oh, I've got another. Oh, I've got the flag. And he's like, oh, good job, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for that. Phenomenal ending there for TJ. And, again, CTF is not a mode which we usually highlight in him. We usually find himself in the search and destroys, but we're going back to a hard point, and of course we've got to take our focus back over to Envy. I believe these guys have what it takes to take the 2 hard points off Rise. I really do. If they can do it on Valkyrie, can they do it on Gibraltar? The worry for me is, of course, you look at Envy, and you see obviously that solid assault rifle in Slasher. You look at Methods, the exact same. Who's going to be that X Factor? And we talk about it a lot. I've highlighted Temp. The problem right now for Envy, is you've got the likes of Gunless, that flex player who can flick a switch and like that grenade in the top bucket, a huge headshot onto Slasher and Classic. Good luck on the respawn.
Temp, last player alive for his team. Got to hold on as best he can, but Methods 2 in a row. The first on Slasher, the second there on Temp, the third on Huke, and the fourth. Oh, I jinxed him. I'm sorry, mate. That was my bad. Still, 22nd point climbing now for Rise Nation as they're doing a brilliant job of holding on in the pit center here. And the final 30 could well be theirs as well. And here we have Gunless. Methods working his way forward. I mean, both of these teams neck and neck. earlier on in the day, but this is a very solid start for Rise Nation here on Gibraltar.
Yeah, not uncommon to see, obviously, the pit center go in favor of one team. What I'm loving right now is the patience of Methods. He's found himself right at the back of the map. These next couple of kills, if 8 and 6, which is Looney and TJ, can get kills and push up aggressively, they're going to flip those spawns. Methods is winning these gunfights, and that is incredible. He needs to get his teammates over here, because him being the only one there, it means that Envy are going to spawn right beside him. Not going to work out for him. Great plays from Methods. However, the rest of Rise Nation, unfortunate they're in the middle map. We're going to see Rise in the lead by around 20 points. However, Envy in full control here of the courtyard.
Slasher doing the best job he can. Again, that anchored play from Methods. Locking down the ground, the territory his teammates want to spawn in, is essential now on Gibraltar. There's a big aggressive push here from Rise Nation. 3 of them are flooded through that map. And Temp, if he actually comes out, he could pick up a big one here, but Classic's in from behind as well. Or a little too late to the party. And as you can see, his teammates have all been taken clean care of. There's one player left there, it was TJ, and actually Slasher now coming in from behind. Again, having the favorable spawns, having the ground control you need. Is working out so far for them, and here we see 10 seconds left on Fort, and the plays now going across map. Temp, the only one far forward for his team. He's waiting for a little bit of backup as the others coming back off spawn, surging forward, but again, he's got to hold on for his lonesome. A moment of calm before the storm as he makes his way forward now. Not too far away from Streaks as well. He's currently on a 4 kills in a row.
That's why he's being so slow about it. Usually he'd push forward. He's going to utilize that smoke. He's dropping down. Contagion coming in. Shot in the back. Gunless is actually going to fall to Looney as well there. But it's a win-win for Rise Nation there. What you'd like to see from Envy is these smokes across the bridge and just try and contest at least, because that spawn is so lethal for Rise Nation. When they spawn right at the back, they're going to spawn with a grenade in their arsenal. They're going to throw it straight away at that bridge, and we're going to see the advantage go back in favor of Rise Nation, as well as the lead here. With 25 seconds, you're going to see Envy start to rotate down to that AA gun. You can see it there on the sky cam here, but ironically enough, TJ's going to be the first one there. Let's see what he can do. He's going to find one on the stairs. The second as well being Temp, and he's definitely not going to find Hugh up top, but apart from that, Rise Nation, they're in a very favorable position here.
Rise may have control. Hardpoint is now flipped, and it's a 1v1. Classic wins that engagement, and they're up close now. This is a beautiful position to be in. Again, funneling those players straight down the staircase. Gunless needs to win this fight in a big way, and that's going to be very difficult, but he does have TJ from above, and that helps Hugh now to fill the gap that fell as Temp did. Shots in, lovely bit of back and forth from Hugh. Again, shots from above. They need to control that high ground if they're going to maintain position here on turret. They have to do something about Methods, because that position he's in, that high ground, overlooking the turret, is absolutely lethal. He can peek out, and as we've seen, his hit and run has been absolutely sublime this series so far. There we go, fighter pilot at the ready. Almost with a glide bomb. Beautiful, beautiful work there from Temp. Now, Classic gets Looney as well. TJ's in the hard point. He does have cover from above, so the position he's in now is isolating the fight so that Methods can cover him. And as you can see, the clock ticking away. 112 now climbing from MVS's 71, and there's 10 seconds left on turret, and all Rise Nation have held this one by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, and Rise Nation in a very good position here. You look at that scoreboard, and straight away, 50-point lead going into this second rotation. There is a fighter pilot on the hands of Methods as well, so I don't expect that to be used in this middle here, potentially on that courtyard, but the next couple of kills could be crucial, and Rise Nation are in a position where, again, when you have this lead, you can almost take that 2-3 seconds extra just to go, all right, where are we going? Regain here, push forward, and, you know, they can be a little bit calmer about it. Envy, they're back against the walls. They're nearly 50 points down. However, Classic on a 4-kill streak. Let's stay on board with Classic, see if he can finalize this one, because for me, again, right now, Classic, Envious is best player out of the weekend. Long range onto Looney. Not going to happen.
You know, look at the timing of that push from Rise Nation. He was in a position there to possibly catch those 2 players coming through the doorway, but Looney's push, just the timing on that one distracted him, and in that small moment, the 3 players made their way through, and now they've just covered the land on pit center. And look, Envious are holding on as best they can, but the constant flood now of the members of Rise Nation, I mean, can they keep it up? Can they keep up the pressure? Classic can! He will indeed, and they may have pit now, but it was a solid hold. Classic breaks his own ankles, taking a little bit too much damage there on the fall, and still the slay's working out for Team Envious, but Rise Nation certainly with the points.
Yeah, that 50's down to now 30, and it's dropping very, very quickly. Envious are in full control of the courtyard. Classic's put another 2 on the board as well. Top slane for his team at a 1.5 KD. He's got 30 seconds for his squad, and Temp now lurking, roaming, having some fun, taking names. And Methods is going to be the one off respawn. However, is the fighter pilot going to come in? We'll keep our eyes to the mini-map right now. He's too far away to use this. There's kind of no point. 28 seconds, like, what are you doing right now? TJ, he's trying to make the most of a bad situation, but Team Envious are locking down that courtyard. They're pretty much going to get a full 60. Rise Nation, they'll have the advantage going into the next hard point, of course, in positioning and streaks. But the big but is Envy is taking the lead.
Slasher. A few seconds left on the fort courtyard, and here comes the flip. Slasher gets caught out there by Looney on the staircase. That's a very important kill. And here comes the rotation. We have full hold now from the boys on Rise. Can they hold this position? Methods again. It's just a brick wall. He's such a solid line of defense. Temp. 1, 2, 3 members, it doesn't matter. He's going to isolate the gunfight. See the angles he chooses with his assault rifle. I mean, we take notes, man. This guy is absolutely putting on a clinic here in TJ now. He's going to be taking care of these 2 players as they come around the corner. Temp in the ankle, and another there. That's wonderful work holding on for Rise as they finally get back into the lead here. And Castle Road was one of the most profitable hard points they had in the first set of rotations, and now it seems to be working out again. Envious, got to get the smokes out. You got to eliminate those lines of sight that have been proving so effective. And Hooklo, he comes in from behind, the slithery little snake, and as he makes his way through, can he get another one? Methods using that radar truck to cover himself, but he's going to go down, and this is it. A big push over the top from Envious, and they may be able to retake this. What a play.
Yeah, only 15 seconds left, though. The problem is, yeah, congratulations, welcome. You can have that 10 points. Rise Nation have got full control of the rotation now. They are in the lead. We probably will see this fighter pilot. We've been waiting for it. This is the open area where you can really... Oh, okay. There you go. Slap in the face.
He knocked him clean out with that sticky throw. All Classics just lost the window there from behind. TJ Halley slashing out pretty much all on his own in this position. He's going to get gunned heavily. There's shots coming in from all the angles. Hook, though, going to come in from behind, pick up the pieces. The smoke now is clearing as it does. Rise Nation in the lead. Classic, beautiful timing on the flank, takes care of the defenses. And the Methods coming in from behind, though. This is important. That window, though, they've got a chance to get in. And Slasher, if he can set up before Methods gets into place, he might be able to do something about this. Oh, but TJ from behind. It's back and forth between these 2 teams. I mean, that was 2 from TJ and Rise now. Thundering from above his Methods, 2 in a row. I mean, that might have been it for Rise.
It really is, and it's not like the scrap time here. Rise have got another 20 seconds to collect and reap the benefits of. You can see Looney setting up as well. They don't need to be on the hard point. Envy, they're in a very difficult position. You're walking into trouble, my friend. Looney shuts down Classic and the team kill from Temp there. We're going to see Temp continue his streak. The only way Envy get back into this now is they need to fully control this pit center. Last time they couldn't. Last time they rotated, they got, obviously, the courtyard. They can't afford to do that. Uh-oh, 3 down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. Who's that left in the bottom? It's Slasher. Oh, and he's going to take that one to the back of the head from TJ. Here comes Envious, though. But Methods from up high. This is massive. Envious need to win these fights. They need to hold on, because this could be it. Rise Nation now in control of pit, and you can see the members of Envy spawning out. And don't forget, this is the last map that Rise Nation need before they can advance on to the winners and knock Envy down to the losers. They can do it here. Gunless finally goes down. Methods.
That's a clean sweep there. They're going to push him right back with 20 seconds left. They can sit here. We are going to be going to a courtyard. I believe that timer is so close. Envy, they need to contest. They need to get on this hard point. If they don't, Rise Nation, they're going to book themselves a spot in the winner bracket final. However, it is contested for a second. We are going to go to the courtyard, and Envy are in full control here. It's 243 to 179, but Envy, they got a full 60 last time.
Well, they're going to hold this tight, and Hughes doing the best he can. Beautiful shots, another fighter pilot and a glide bomb at the ready. That's going to help him in a big way, but they need to hold this still. You can see the 3 members now making their way down Castle Road. They're across the bridge. Classic's going to have to gun him down now. He needs to make a big play out of this one. Hughes going to be first in. Best dressed. 2 kills! He's still going.
Stop it.
Slasher holds tight as well. They've just cracked over 200 points. Classic still holds the line. Envy, stay strong. Temp on the flank. Crucial kills. He needs to be very aware now of these players on the move. Looney makes his way forward. There's a team kill, but I don't think it matters. Hugh redeems himself.
And now he's got 20 seconds. This is where they push up. They need to take control of the cave. Look at that, number 1. Temp takes down Gunless. This could be a kill, not going to happen, but the fighter pilot is going to rain down. 10 seconds here. This fighter pilot needs to come in. They need to connect with maybe 2, 3. We need to see Temp run very quickly, but look at that. The cover's in. There's 1 player either side. Looney's going to be weak. They've got 7. Time is ticking, and Envy, they're going to break it straight away. 1 player last alive. It's going to be Looney.
Looney's gone, and that's it. They're in control.
No.
Final 10 points. They need to hold the bridge.
Stop it.
Here they come. Hold the line. Can Envy do it? They've taken the lead. They can win it here, and this has to be it now for Rise Nation. They're going to hold the line. What a turnaround. Envious have done it. They're forced to game 5.
What have I just seen? They've just bided their time enough on the pit center. They take control of the courtyard. We see Huke obtain streaks, and honestly, the glide bomb didn't connect. The fighter pilot just damaged one. It was the break from the bridge. The flying from Temp, that was flawless. Whew. I need to sit down. I'm still stood up, and we're probably going to come back on camera very soon. I'm getting too excited. We're going to Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. Team Envious, Rise Nation. My goodness.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Atlanta. We're here now. Game 5. What a turnaround that was. Man, the streaks. The streaks. Huke's, the fact that he gained them again. The glide bomb, not necessarily that instrumental, but the fighter pilot. We saw 3 members of Rise. They took cover straight away. You know, they heard that fighter overhead. They heard that Stuka screaming above them. And the first thing they did was they took cover. But you know what? That bought enough time for the Voice of Envy to get in there and deal the damage. Ladies and gentlemen, it is tied up 2-2. We're going to Game 5 here in Winners Bracket Round 2. Rise Nation versus Envious. We're going to take a quick break and we'll see you in a few moments.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
You're back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you got!
Rated PG-13. The story of my family isn't about how we died. It's about how we lived.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
You're back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you got!
Rated PG-13.
Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Game 5 between Envious and Rise Nation. We're back here at the CWO Atlanta Open, presented by PlayStation 4. Mars and Momo, we're quite literally on the edge of our seats here because this has been a roller coaster. Good morning, Phil.
I tell you what, daylight saving and all that shenanigans that happened, I'm wide awake right now, and it is because of this series. Rise Nation and Envy, they're going toe-to-toe. Oh my goodness, the hard point that we were just treated to. If you missed it, if you've just joined because you've seen social media blow up, stay, welcome, have some fun. However, that was phenomenal. We saw Envy, of course, coming back. They got the full control of Courtyard. They rotated to that Castle Road, and it was down to 7 points. If you're a Rise fan, send your prayers. That was brutal. How you regain from that? I mean, the only thing I'm thinking is you've got Doc's S&D and you have Teacher Haley. This combination is like bread and butter.
It's like bread and butter.
Smooth.
Oh, smooth. It goes good with most stuff. You can toast it. You can make it into a pudding. All this stuff's good. Game 5, here we go. London Doc's S&D is going to be it. The last S&D was a 6-3 on Arden's Forest. Rise Nation absolutely ran that one. Can they do the same thing here in London again? This is for winners bracket glory. Top 3 is at stake here. Can Envious do it? Or will Rise Nation prove the fans right? TJ Halley. Oh, Huke! He's continuing this one. Huke was a hero in the last game. And he's starting this one off in a lovely way as well. 2 kills to his name here on defense.
I will reiterate yesterday when I saw Envy, of course. We saw Envy getting those first bloods. It was all through Classic this time. It's going to be Huke, and look at him. So focused. So into this game 5, this is where you need to be. And this team obviously on the edge of almost breaking up, come to stage 1, and now they find themselves tippy-toeing into that winner bracket final round by round. And Temp, a player who's probably missed out on a lot of Call of Duty when he had that caliber. Of course, the age was a restriction. Now he's in the driving seat, literally.
Oh, he's a grown up now, and he's on the big boy stage. My God, what a big boy stage it is. Looking fine here in Atlanta. The weekend has been spectacular. First time here, Phil. I'll never forget it. Huke now. 2 kills in a row. Not too far away from his streaks. Getting there slowly but surely. Smoke out towards A. Huke, if he can get forward, he might be able to get in there and catch Gunless by surprise. Looney, though, a hail of gunfire through that smoke. He will get a couple of tags, and now Gunless knows the opposition is the other side. And TJ Halley with a freaking awesome nade from statue to take care of that player. Envy on the offense. They've got 1 dead, but they can still make their way through here, Tim. Oh, no, he may have just... shot that one a bit early. Yeah,
that could have changed the game there. That would have swung it right back in their favor almost on the offense at a 3v3. It usually favors yourself. But Huke now in and amongst the enemies. Temp, he does find TJ eventually. As Huke is taken down over by the A site, you now see a 2v3. However, it's Temp and Classic. Neither have died just yet. We're only in round 2, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting ahead of myself just yet, but...
Oh, I can't say anything.
Stop it.
I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, that's Methods. He's going to have a second to recuperate behind cover. And what's he going to do? He's going to come around and kill you in 3. And he does just that. Unreal stuff from Methods. He's been absolutely devastatingly effective all series long. And man, I mean, that was a really interesting, like the gunfights between both of the bomb sites there. There were 2 fronts. And it was the kill from Gunless on a Huke, dropping the bomb there on the A site. That really cost them, because without that, they've lost their value there. They've lost their advantage. And now... it just fell apart. What a round there from Rise, getting themselves back in this one. God, Phil, this is a good goal. This is a good old game 5, right?
Most definitely is.
Screamer.
I mean, it's one of those ones where you think, can we just skip to round 11 and just go crazy and like lose our minds? TJ, he's gonna say no as he finally... This is typical TJ where he's pushing into lights, but this time he has the backup of Looney. He got caught obviously last time. He's sat at 1 and 3 right now. However, it's currently 3-3. The offensive team being Rise Nation. You see Temp now on the flip side of things. It was him against Methods now. He's got the backup of Classic, and they're going to have the numerical advantage only for a split second as Methods does. Even the odds Methods with the drop shot around the corner. Just like that, and the location has been revealed of Huke.
You can't challenge him.
Methods.
You can't challenge him. Just don't. Stop it. It's only going to end in tears. Methods. That was 3 that round, I think, right? I said that with such confidence, I got no idea. He got 2. He got the drop shot, he got the guy in the middle, and he got this guy. Yeah, don't doubt yourself, Miles. You're doing fine. That was another crazy round from Methods. And this is exactly what he did in the last S&D. He started to take over. He picked up streaks, and it was, again, that was after a big, strong start from Envy, where they took the first 3 rounds, and they were well in control. Methods, methodical, slow, steady and sensible. He retook, he got streaks, and that was it. And it was in the round, it was round 5, I believe, where he really turned it around. And after that, it was game over. Envious, they cannot let this get out of control. That is very important. Oh. Classic to kill Huke as well, so that's a trade.
That's an unfortunate situation. That's one where you win the first blood and you can really be aggressive onto the B bomb side, but that 3v2, or 3v1 technically at B, is going to be stunted for now. We're going to see Rise Nation back off, take a breath. Sorry, Envy take a breath and back off as Rise will hold tight here on the defense. Looney under pressure, but he's okay. He's got the backup of Gunless mid-map, and Gunless has been very effective in this pot during the CWL Pro League. He's kind of been the pivotal point in this map where he can look back and forth both at B and A. We talk about that kind of flex player is Mr. Do-It-All, if you like.
Final 40, Phil. 3v3. Envy are really slowly creeping forward. TJ Halley, God, that STG. Oh, Gunless as well. Oh,
1, 2, 3.
God.
Easy as that.
Rise really making that look easy. But they had the drop the whole time. Look at the positioning. I mean, this is just Gunless. He's not really working hard for this one. He's not working hard at all. He's just he picks up the guy running through mid with the bomb, and that's an easy enough kill. And then he's already aiming down sights on the guy by the truck, and it's just like, oh, it's poetry. It is poetry in motion. And this is why we fear Rise Nation. This is why we think they're going to win the tournament. This is why we put them in the top 4. Almost every caster here, almost all the fans here probably expect them to do well. And now 3-1 in Game 5 here against Envious. They need 6 to move on.
Oh, this is a way to bounce back from a horrendous hardpoint loss, that's for sure. Gone back with a few rounds back-to-back. Looney caught in no man's land. Caught with his pants down there as Slasher takes full advantage now, and with a 4v3, the bomb is not going down just yet. It is in the hands of Gunless. You can see him just edging up that wall. As the grenades go down, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a double push here. However, Rise, they're very comfortable in what they're doing, but they do have that numerical disadvantage. Temp finds the head of TJ. This should be a secured round for Envy. Look at the pinch that they've got on them.
It was a lot of time spent. Classic. He took a sweet time getting there, but in the end it paid off. They had to play that slow against Slasher, doing the best job he could, staying alive at the back of the map. He was baiting out Gunless, and in the end it was just enough. And this is Slasher picking up that final kill again. The back of that big old red bus, the double-decker. Crucial they stayed alive there. Really big heads-up play, and that's going to net them another round here in this. This is a gargantuan Game 5, Phil.
Oh, absolutely. And Slasher right now is trying to guide and lead his team back into this as he currently sits 3-2 down. Only one round. That was a very big round for themselves, 4-1, 3-2. It is that swing round, that mental block that you get past, which is so important. Now the bomb in the hands of Slasher. Temp. Caught there by Looney in the middle. Looney could find his second here, but he's going to be chased down, hunted down by Hugh. Slasher finds one and now leveled up. That's going to be the grenade of Gunless as they trade each other. We see Classic and Hugh now head-to-head with Methods and TJ. Look at the minimap, though. All 4 players very separated, and Classic's more than likely communicating here. B-bomb site's clear, buddy. Come on through.
This is a big fight. That's a lot of damage dealt. Methods, he's really hurt, but again, the timing on this one, he's going to be able to push back, and oh, TJ's there as well. Classic knows now. Both of them are here.
He knows both, yeah. The shoulder peek that he's doing right now is just giving enough time to get his teammate, being obviously Hugh, get that bomb down. And Hugh could just sit behind the bomb if he wanted, but he can more than likely back off towards Cole, even underground. He's got to keep that close. He's got that advantage, however. Minimap. Let's have a look how Methods and TJ plan to retake this, because Classic, he's got his eyes on the prize, and now pushing forward. Classic gonna find one. Methods not gonna end well here. All tied up. Rise Nation, a couple rounds lost back-to-back, and now 2-2, 3-3. This cannot get any closer here, Miles.
This was the play from Hugh. As soon as he got the bomb down, he took the long way round to get back to Statue. He did the safest way possible back to that position, allowing him to take on the player on bomb. And it was purely kind of magic, the fact that his teammate managed to get the kill as well. But that was a really great play from the youngster there. Back into this, and here we go, 3-3. That's 2 in a row for Envious. Beautiful work from both of them. Classic still going. Hugh halfway towards streaks. This is a nice way to turn around if you're an Envious fan. Rise, though, certainly not out of this yet.
And Hugh, this is almost the replay of round number 1, where he got aggressive and picked up 2 kills. Look at number 1, it's TJ. He's snuck right through. This is what players just can't let him do. He takes full advantage. You've got to feel sorry. Hugh's almost sat there like, guys, why has he just come from behind? That is TJ opening up a round and potentially securing the whole thing. And you know what I love about this whole situation? Is Method's actual position. He's still over at B. The way that he can kind of flank round right now, not flank necessarily, but he can just hold the back and have those numbers. He can tell when anyone crosses here. With 2 players of Rise Nation inside, this must be a round win. If Temp and Slasher pull this one off, that'd be something special. But Methods now will be able to trade things out. A 1v2 here for Slasher.
Slasher's on his own. This is going to be very, very sneaky of him if he can pull it off. 20 seconds left, going down low. Finds one. Methods in the window. Oh my God, you can't kill him. You just can't kill him. Methods again.
Methods,
once again.
Methods. Hello.
He's
there we have the
bulletproof.
final kill. I will say it was a very valiant effort from Slasher there. I didn't even expect kind of that much of a gunfight to finalize things, but Methods, he's been very vocal, obviously, kind of coming into this. He's very much sometimes the face of Rise Nation. A very funny character in himself. But it's all serious right now. 4-3, they lead by 1. Game 5, round 8, 90 seconds left on the clock. And again, we're going to see the typical TJ with that fast, aggressive play.
Here we go. TJ, he crept through enemy lines last time, and this time he's going straight through the front door. Looney, TJ, they're about to put themselves onto match point. But this round is already well and truly Rise Nation's. Can they continue this momentum?
That's a big win from Hugh.
Big.
Oh, the way that it goes down, though, that's crucial. Very much an important gunfight, because if Gunless loses that, you've got SMGs versus assault rifles inside the docks. 1v2. Classic location revealed. 50 seconds. Time is ticking, buddy.
If anyone can do this, it's Classic. He doesn't want to let him get to that 5th round. He doesn't want to let him get to that 5th win. Classic now. Slow and steady. Gunless.
Stop it!
Downrange. Beautiful work. It's now 1v1.
That's a PPSH versus an STG at that range. Classic, they've spotted each other. PPSH versus PPSH. We've seen what Classic can do. Laser-like accuracy. Can he find a 1v2? Can he keep his team in the game? He's taken damage. That's 4 bullets to the chest with 25 seconds. TJ knows it, and TJ with the strafe round the corner. 1 up once again. And I will say Gunless will have a very big sigh of relief there, because when you're in a 2v1 like that, you just get picked like a click of a finger. That's frustrating. It really is. TJ coming up clutch. Rise Nation, they can end it right here. 5-3. Miles.
Match point. Match point for Rise Nation. Using a PPSH like that, Phil, it's like trying to eat soup with a fork. Like, it's not designed to do that. You're using the wrong tool for the job, but just making it work, and here we go. Rise Nation on match point. They're on offense. It's been quite the show so far. Through lights, TJ starts it with a bang with Slasher.
Stop it, TJ. He's trying to get the wall back, but it's actually like a 2v1 now, pushing forward. Temp is under pressure. Looney's taken one down, and that will be Temp fighting from the middle. Methods finds another. Huke is all the hopes and dreams for Team MV, because Rise Nation, as the bomb's going down, so is Huke. Rise Nation booked themselves a spot in the winner bracket final. They were dubbed the favorites coming into the tournament. They had a shaky start. They let a hard point slip, but a Game 5 ends with Rise Nation taking the series, and Envy, they clutched up against TK. It's not going to be enough against Rise Nation, but we have been treated to some super Call of Duty there.
That last round.
Day 1. Day 3, Game 1.
Day 3, Game 1. That last round was a massacre. An absolute massacre from Rise Nation. Pushed them all the way, Game 5, and in the end, Rise came out on top. Still everyone's favorites by the looks of things, but Envy have put on the best show against the top teams. They knocked TK to the lower bracket in round 1, and they've just pushed Rise to Game 5. The lower bracket is now easily, I mean, if it wasn't bad enough before with TK in there now you've got Envy in there also. I mean, I don't want to be in there. I don't want to go in the lower bracket.
No.
I don't want to be there. It's deadly down there.
Luckily, we don't have to. We'll just stay up here. I like that. It's like a shark tank down there, and they're ready to feed. We've, of course, got United, I believe, playing through the lower bracket as well. They were kind of getting a bit of momentum. I believe they were up already, but I'm sure the analysts will break that one down. But for me, I've just got to kind of touch on the series behind us once again, Rise Nation. If you guys missed any of it, that first hardpoint, Rise Nation, of course, being, you know, a very strong Valkyrie hardpoint team, they lose it by 100. The Search and Destroy flips on its head, a dominating victory for Rise Nation, all tied up. The CTF, it gets a little bit crazy. TJ goes clutch. That 4th map, Hardpoint Gibraltar, is where Envy did an unthinkable comeback. We were almost sat down ready to get back on camera, and it lasted another 2 minutes where they came back in, they clawed their way back through. And then Game 5, London Docks S&D. Did you ever really doubt Rise Nation? I'll be honest, I did, because Envy were looking pretty hot. But Rise Nation clutch up once again. Winner bracket final, top 3. Congratulations.
I didn't down for a second, and here we're going to throw it down to the stage where Jess has got TJ Halley for our PlayStation Instant Reaction.
That is right. So congratulations on that amazing series. There was a lot of back and forth, very intense. I wanted to ask about S&D. You guys are clearly very strong at S&D. Where does all that skill come from?
I feel like we're all really talented, like individual Surge players, and we researched their Surge game a lot. So last night, and we really knew what they were gonna do like every single round. So we played it pretty well, and we ended up winning both Searches.
It's clear you did your homework there. Now, looking at that CTF map, you guys got into a bit of a stalemate after the first flag cap in the second half of the map, rather. Envy had pulled out your flag, so you retaliated by pulling out their flag. So you're in a bit of a stalemate. How did you break that stalemate?
We knew that they had to push us because we were up one flag. So I got to kill Bell's side. I was holding left, and I just pushed for their flag, and I ended up getting a 2-piece to get the return, and my teammates played good defense in our base. And yeah, we ended up getting a read with like 20 seconds left.
It was really fun to watch. So finally, you guys are headed to the winners finals. You're first in the Pro League right now. What does that do for your confidence? How are you feeling?
Yeah, the Pro League definitely gave us like a confidence boost going 13-1, but we're feeling really good right now, really confident, and I'm excited to play winners finals.
You definitely should be feeling really confident. Thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to Rich at the desk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jess. Yeah, 13-1 in the Pro League, looking pretty darn good in Atlanta as well. My name is Rich. I'm going to be your host. I'm joined on the desk by my analysts. We got Merc, Chance, and Revan. Guys, we're going to break this down map by map, fully look at how Rise Nation looked up against Envy. And starting off with map 1, you know, really did favor Rise going into this one, Revan. We said that the map pick really did favor them, but ultimately they're not able to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we thought. And, you know, we were talking about it, how Envy can't have a slow start going up against Rise Nation. It was Rise starting off really slow, and it just kind of seemed like it took them a little bit to wake up in this series. Envy came out strong. Their SMGs were playing, and Classic has a big game here as well.
And it was insane, too. I think Rise was like 5 or 6-0 on this map. I don't think they've been beaten. And then Envious, this might be the first time they've played it, at least on land. Granted, in their division, we never had an opportunity to see it because that's when the map ended up coming in. But Classic played like a monster. He was the MVP for Envy, at least for me, for that series. That game number 1 he had was insane. And, of course, Slasher, as always, does Slasher things.
Yeah, as you said, Chance, I mean, we've seen Rise Nation on this map a bunch of times. It's why we favored them, but you can't forget about the SMG's players on that Envious roster, right? If Hook and Classic are playing like that, there's a map like Valkyrie. I'm sure they'll see it and play it more later on this tournament.
Then that brings us to map number 2, which after that first map, it seems like it's a pretty important map, Joe, for Rise Nation to try to pull down.
Yeah, it definitely is. Again, you don't want to go down 0-2. Team Envious, they've been looking pretty solid in Search and Destroy. It starts off well, but then Rise Nation takes over. That teamwork. Classic, again, having a great start to the map, but Rise Nation takes over later on.
I told you, watch out for Methods when we get on Forest, and the guy completely takes over. Here you see him gone a 6 spree. He gets fully streaked out. This is the type of impact a player like Methods has on the battlefield.
And ultimately, I think this is, to a certain degree, expected. Really, outside of that Valkyrie, it's Envy through the Pro League. They looked fantastic at Hardpoint, but then their CTF and Search and Destroy game, it was good but not great, and then Rise was great at all 3. So just the fact that Envy doesn't win both the Hardpoints, which they were incredibly reliant on in the Pro League, I think that's the biggest reason they lost the series. Again, full credit to them just for winning that Valkyrie. I think that's huge for them going forward because it means their map pool is deeper than at least I originally thought. But yeah, it's going to be tough for anyone to beat Rise.
Definitely big for them in the series as well. I mean, one of the big reasons we did go all the way to a Game 5, but currently we're going to take a look at map number 3. CTF, what was the story, Revan?
I mean, it was a pretty slow-paced CTF overall, and, you know, kind of how the last 2 maps wound up going. It's easy to forget how the CTF went, but it was very low-scoring. Rise Nation, they get the first cap, and then you saw the heroics, TJ talking about it in the PlayStation Instant Reaction after the game. He gets the clutch 2-piece, and then the return to just close the game out, but pretty low scoring for an Ardens for CTF.
Yeah, it definitely was. And again, as you said, I mean, it's 1-0 for Rise. They're holding their lead. Envy, they get a good push, but the counter opens up for Rise Nation. That then puts us in a stalemate where TJ Halley makes that play with about 20 seconds left, seals the deal. It was a pretty back and forth game, but as you said, Rise Nation, they make a couple of plays that go their way, and that seals the deal.
And TJ, when he explains it, like, he made it sound easy, but this was like that was obviously the key 2-piece, but he had to chase Hugh. They did like a loop-de-loop all the way around bunker. He managed to get all the way back in their spawn, and Hugh was smart enough to realize, I need to get away.
Right.
So pushes the flag halfway up the map just to loop back to his teammates, and I think they just never thought that TJ would chase him that far. They expected him to just like stay in bunker or cut back around or do anything else, and then he asked to make the kills, and he did just that. So it was a nutty play. More difficult than I think we could really pronounce.
Yeah, well, going into map 4, You know, map 4, it looked like it was going to decide it, Joe. It really looked like this was going to be the end of the series.
Yeah, Rise Nation, they do a very good job. They hold this lead for the most part. Then we get over towards that turret where they're building a solid lead. They have about 60 or 70 seconds. And again, they're controlling the pace. But then we get over towards that pit center. And you're thinking, Rise Nation, they don't have control of the spawns, but they're building a good lead. Here it is. It's about 60 seconds. Hook comes in, finds a couple of kills. That allows his team to not only earn those streaks, but get control of this side of the map, where again, they play it perfectly. They hold, Hook calls in those streaks, they break that Castle Road. It was a perfectly executed end of the game by Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, and we thought at the end, Hook had a bad angle with that Fire Pilot coming in at the end, and we thought that was going to be the difference. That was going to allow Rise Nation to wind up winning this map, but they foul up the Fire Pilot. They break on through, and it's so tough to do on that Castle Road hardpoint. And take a look at Courtyard, 153 seconds to 2. That tells the story.
Yeah, it definitely does. So that's going to be map 4. After that, we go all the way to a game 5. And in the game 5, Chance, what happened?
Well, Rise just kind of did Rise things, right? Like, there was quite a few rounds where TJ Haley, he does it consistently on this map. He just finds a hole. Like, he has no issues just sprinting up, not quite middle map, but like down whatever street he wants, and he just manages to get behind the opponent. Like, the man had 3 first bloods throughout the game, which isn't mind-blowing. He gets the 4th there to finish off the round. So just consistent, solid opening breaks from him, and then Rise just has to make sure that they can convert the rounds where they get the first blood. And we already talked about how great they are individually, all of them in Search. So yeah, they just not made it look easy, but made it look very clean.
And you know, something working against Envy going into this map is that they played this map against TK yesterday, right? So that gave footage for Rise to go on and study and learn the tendencies of what Envy like to do and how they like to approach London Docks Search and Destroy.
And here's the thing. This is why Rise Nation's a favorite to win this event. They win both Search and Destroys. They win that CTF. I'm sure they think they should have won Gibraltar. Maybe they choked it a little bit, but they are so good at every single game type. It's hard to point at another team, maybe Luminosity, maybe this Optic, if they're able to keep it up. There's not many teams who are this good at all 3 game types. Rise Nation winners final.
And they're in a great position to be able to take the entire thing, but we got some other series going on right now. I want to jump live into Charlie because, you know, TK, this was another team that we were looking at to potentially take the entire tournament. Now they do find themselves in losers. They're playing against Echo Fox.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a big game. This game number 3 was Arden Forest. TK had a 2-0 lead. Then Echo Fox in the final 90 seconds bring it back 2-2. It goes into overtime. Kenny makes a great hero play, stops a push from Echo Fox, allows them to put that game away. But here we go. We're playing Gibraltar. We know Echo Fox loves to play this map.
Well, just to backtrack to talk about the play, I think Kenny might be Jesus, or at least like in that moment he was, because TK found themselves in a situation where flag is dead, all 4 players on the team are dead, and 3 players for Echo Fox are surging on the flag. Kenny's the first one off spawn, and he gets the 3-piece out of nowhere. So we didn't get to see it from his perspective, but he pulled off some sort of miracle. Of course, that's just in the past now. Let bygones be bygones. See if Echo Fox can get another Gibraltar win.
Yeah, I think he actually killed a player mid-dive going for the return, but take a look at the stats he's put up here alongside Chino. Right now, they're combining for 46 kills, so continuing to follow up on the impressive performance he had in the capture of the flag.
Yeah, I mean, we come in, Chino gets a 3-piece, he gets a 2-piece, then he follows up with another kill as well. Chino seems to be on absolute fire here, and the scoreboard's going to show it, 208 to 136.
And I think what's great about TK is, yes, they lost that match against Envy yesterday, but their map pool, especially in Hardpoint, in game number 1, they win London Docks, right? That used to be their go-to veto. They didn't want to play it, but they're open to playing it now. If they're winning London Docks and Gibraltar, they're going to make a lot of teams uncomfortable. TK could go on a big run here on Sunday.
And Joe, also, just for everyone at home watching right now to try to follow along with the lower portion of the bracket, where exactly are these guys currently?
They're fighting for top 8 right now, so this will put them in that top 8 range, and they'll go for top 6 to top 4 to top 3. It's a long day for the teams that lost last night. But again, if you get going, we always say the first match of the day is so important. The reason why, you're going to play teams that lose in that winner's bracket until you match up against that loser's round 6. So if you can keep this momentum going, you're facing teams who are coming off a loss. That's good for you.
It's a really interesting thing to think about as well, because for these teams that drop down to the losers bracket, the thing that it's almost closest to in my mind is playing in the open bracket. Just the amount of matches that you really do have to go through. But like you said, momentum seems to be almost in your favor in the lower portion of the bracket.
I always thought the first match of the day was the toughest. You have some really tough matchups, like we had Red Reserve versus FaZe. Red was able to take that. If you're Red now you have that confidence. You're getting going on a Sunday. Again, you're going to play a team who you know, they should be able to beat. And then you're going to play some of those guys who lose in these upcoming matches. Again, it's tough to fight back from that. And if you're a team like Red Reserve or TK, we've seen them go on loser runs before. They can make this happen.
I mean, you talk about Red Reserve and FaZe. FaZe, I think it was Dallas, where they had like 9 matches in a single day, and they won them all. The momentum was obviously in their favor. So that first match was tough, but now maybe Red Reserve has a little bit of momentum. Maybe United can have some momentum. Obviously, any of these teams have the opportunity to kind of run away with it, but at the same time, they're going to run into better and better competition. Of course, though, just to touch on the game, TK 9 seconds away. You hear streaks getting called in, but they have control of the hill. It's looking good for them.
I was about to say, this is looking eerily similar to that Rise versus Envy game we just saw in this match, where, you know, you earn some streaks at the end, get a couple holds, but TK, they're able to break on through. They have enough time, and they should be able to close out this game as they're going to continue their loser bracket run.
Yeah, you have Chino at 30 and 18. You have Kenny at 31 and 17. Chino in game number 1 had about 43 kills on that London Docks, leading the way. So you love to see that. Chino has been that consistent player for TK. Pro League, he's been struggling a little bit. So if you're a TK fan, this is a big day for Money Chino.
All right, we jump in just in time to see that series, and TK will continue their run in the lower portion of the bracket. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's get ready to put our attention back onto the main stage. It's going to be LG going up against Optic. Now, this is a match I'm particularly excited for. We're going to be getting into the vetoes in just a second here. But now let's just talk about this. This is absolute huge series. It's actually going to determine who plays against Rise in those winter finals. Revan, starting with you, what do you actually think about the matchup between these two powerhouse squads?
I mean, this is going to be a great match, without a doubt. You have great assault rifle players. Octane versus Crimsix is going to be my key matchup. The main AR players for both these squads. Now, Luminosity, they had a tough match last night against Mindfreak, right? And I think they realized a lot of the mistakes that they were making, and it was kind of like a wake-up call for them, saying that we can't take any team, any competition lightly. I want to see them come out strong against Optic in this map 1.
Yeah, Revan goes with Crim versus Octane. I'm going to look at the sub matchups, right? We talk about John. John's not having the best event. JCap's really stepped it up. So you have to talk about John versus Scump. Those superstar submachine guns. If you watch that series last night between Optic Gaming and Lightning Pandas, Scump took over, right? He showed he's back. He's feeling focused today. So this is going to be the big thing. If John can play well, this could go the distance. If he doesn't, Scump can take over. You'd see Optic winning this one.
Yeah, I will say, though, JCap has been melting people, but I think that matchup's going to be particularly important. If you let Scump run away with this, ultimately, Optic Gaming should be able to take them down. Now, I want to go back to what Revan said just a few seconds ago. You talk about that matchup earlier that we saw against Mindfreak with Luminosity. Chance, you said a lot of it you really did put on the maps. How important do you think the veto process is going to be against a squad like Optic Gaming for Luminosity?
Pretty important, and you're going to take out Valkyrie, and I think that's the main important thing you could say from either side to have. I think these teams, their better maps are going to line up with each other. I think both teams are great at London Docks. They're both pretty solid at Gibraltar.
How many times have we watched Luminosity on Gibraltar? I'm just trying to think. Like, I haven't seen them
I think that's one of the teams, like, they normally have that banned against them, if I remember correctly. I think they were, like, undefeated, or maybe they've lost it once. So they have, like, an average record, but they just don't play it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put pressure on you. I was just trying to, we've watched a lot
of pro
matches.
In a second,
we always ask Chance the hard questions. That's just how the desk does work. And we're rounding out the vetoes right now. It looks like we just have CTF left as well. You can see right now we'll get that full pick.
Wow,
Optic Gaming, yeah, they're going to ban Ardennes Forest.
And I like that play, right? Again, they have so much trust in Scump right now. If he's playing in that form, let's play London Docks. A great choice from Optic.
Yeah, smart vetoes from Optic, you know, learning from the mistakes that they made in past tournaments. It's important to respect your opponent. I mean, look, we all know Luminosity, they're great on Ardennes Forest. Optic Gaming, they're great as well, but if they know that it's one of Luminosity's better maps, why not just take it out of the rotation?
And then just to backtrack, 1-0 on Gibraltar is LG, at least from the Pro League. Right, so again, they don't play it a lot, but that's good. Again, I think that's one of the target bans for the team. But again, the maps line up pretty well for both squads. I don't think anything is too crazy there. Maybe give Optic a small bump if it goes to Game 5, but it should just be a heavy hitter series.
All right, guys. Well, in front of you right now, the maps that this series will take place on. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a quick break. When we return, going to be Luminosity Gaming versus Optic. This one is huge. It will decide who goes to the winners finals to play against Rise Nation. Do not go anywhere. It is Championship Sunday here at CWL Atlanta.
Someone is coming to destroy Krypton because your grandson becomes Superman.
I've been having this vision.
It's known as the Collector of Worlds, but its true name is Brainiac.
Krypton, your world is at an end.
Help me find a way to stop it.
It's time you learned the truth.
Once this cape is gone, our time's up. Superman will have been wiped from existence.
Light 'em up, light 'em up. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
I'm back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you've got!
Rated PG-13.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
I'm back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you've got!
Rated PG-13.
Hey, Pete, take us to the $11 million.
You got 72 hours before we start clipping your family.
If we don't do what these guys want, we're all dead.
You think you're going to steal my money?
How are we gonna pull this off? It's physically impossible.
A trick is always impossible until it isn't. If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Welcome back, Rise Nation, the first team to secure a spot in the winner's bracket final. Up next, who will be next? We've got Luminosity at the top of Division B, Optic Gaming at the top of Division A. This is a matchup, well, second of Division A, I should say. This is a matchup we've been very excited about, Joe.
Yeah, we definitely have. I mean, again, this is cross-divisional play, as you said. Optic Gaming, the only team they've had troubles with, really, has been Rise Nation, right? So this is a big match for Optic Gaming. We saw last night, they looked great against Lightning Pandas, but Luminosity is a different beast.
Yeah, I think it was really cool just how this worked out. You basically had your top 2 teams in Division A, your top 2 teams in Division B, all in the top 4 in the winner's bracket. Now, I guess the question is, yeah, is it going to be A versus B here in the winner's bracket final? Is it going to be an A matchup, a rematch of Rise Optic? I don't know, man. But this series, this should be a treat.
Yeah, it definitely should. And we're going to start off with London Docks. Hardpoint, I was just telling you before, we jumped into this. We're going to see Octane versus Formal on that USS Texas. That sniper battle is going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, they both have been stellar. Octane had some incredible plays this weekend already with that sniper. The reverse sweep over TK, that round 11, which he went huge in. But it is London Docks to kick things off. When you saw the best of 5, anything that stood out for you?
Fast pace, right? You have to talk about the Submachine Gun players. A lot of London Docks, Hardpoint, London Docks CTF. We saw how great Scump was yesterday. Again, I was checking out the stats this morning. JCap's been the second guy for Luminosity. It hasn't been John, it hasn't been Slack, so you need those 2 to step it up.
Well, let's see if they can do it here, but off the break. Game 1 now, Optic, Luminosity, both fighting for top 3.
Yeah, we're going to start off with Scump. He had such a good day yesterday. Solid shots on the Slack and a great start for Scump.
Well, you heard him in the interview. He said, yeah, basically, the game's a lot easier when I'm not missing. And so far, he is absolutely beaming. 3 to open it up. And if Scump plays anything like he did last night, and LG plays like they did last night, you got to feel this is favoring Optic.
Yeah, definitely do. Again, Luminosity had the reverse sweep Mind Freak to get into this position. Octane, though, he's going to take down Crimsix. Formal has that second STG just for the break. Solid shots on the JCap. But Octane there, again, to trade it.
I think one good thing for Luminosity is, I mean, they haven't played their best Call of Duty this weekend yet. And they're still in this position, I think, is what's really scary. So will we see their top form? But it is going to be Karma pushing on forward. Picks up a couple of kills before he drops. And now look at this, a little bit of a split spawn coming in for LG. You've still got 2 people trying to hold the back bus spawns, and then 2 coming out of Cole and Underground. The pinch is going to be alive and well as long as John can stay up.
Yeah, John needs to stay alive. He does a great job. JCap picks up 2. This is the position you want, Formal. He's the last one here for Optic. He's going to get some reinforcements. Great job by Slack to push it out quick.
Well, right now, Luminosity just struggling to get points on the board. They're finally in control of this Main Street hard point. The pressure starting to come in here from Optic Gaming. Nades in. Octane trying to hold the edge. It's all John, though. You want him to go big, and there's 3 in a row. Pushes up to even after a slow start. John wants more. Karma denies him.
Yeah, a great set of kills for John. Again, when we talk about last year or even the year before that, that Team Envious roster, that gave Optic such a problem. It was due to John and apathy. So if John can play at that level, we know he can. He's always a pain for Optic Gaming to deal with, and he picks up 2. He's on a 4 streak right now. He's close to streaks. He's going to pick up that scrap time.
He had 2 kills like 45 seconds ago and then dropped 7. Can he pick up any streaks will be the question, but now we'll take a look at the rotation across. You've got mid-map control. We'll basically control barrels, control fire, and also set up for Doc's warehouse right now for Optic Gaming. As Scump drop, then you will at least have topside push. No streaks for John.
Yeah, John just went a little too quick there. I'd like to see him wait for his teammate, watch over him. Luminosity, though, they have control of that statue. Never mind, there's Karma. He's going to have that angle down low, and a solid setup so far for Optic. There's Karma right there. So as these trades go through, you can see Optic, they have the favorable spawns right now. They're doing a very solid job, but there's Octane and Slack.
Big kills from them to try and bust through. They can now at least contest. Still a very close battle right now. 14 points separating these teams. A lot of times we see the separation begin is once somebody starts to pick up some streaks. We have not seen that yet for either team, so back and forth thus far. Formal tries to peek inside. John able to hold it. Now this fight at the top of the minimap is going to be big here.
Yeah, we saw last night how important barrel building can be. Optic winning it, but there's Slack. Slack's gonna have another important one-on-one. Karma throws that nade down that car, almost blowing you up, but control for Scump.
And they get the spawn there for Optic Gaming. So they'll spawn top left at that blue truck. And now let's see if they can turn this into a lot of time. If you're Luminosity, this is a very tough fight. You're fighting through water, fighting through top mid, just trying to contest and break in. A chance here for Optic Gaming to put in a ton of time.
Yeah, but a couple of kills right there. Yeah, that comes in. That's going to allow Luminosity to push up. Wow. Get control of the front of this hill. Nade's coming in. Scump a little bit weak. John going to challenge that one right away. Again, a solid game from those two Submachine Young players already. There's Octane. He gets cut down by Crimsix, but a solid job so far for the Luminosity. Again, Optic, they had full control of that barrel building. Scump tried pushing out, but that didn't work out too well.
I think this is a hard point in particular where we've seen teams with early setup get better and better at getting a giant chunk of time. Whereas at least early in the game, very contest heavy. We saw what? Octane picked up a fighter pilot, I believe. Crimsix now going to tack on some streaks there. Streak up to 6 before he drops. 16 and 9. Hell of a game from him. Scump and Crim leading the way for Optic Gaming. On the other side, yeah, Octane still has that fighter pilot. They're only trailing by 30 points. They've got the spawns here for Crane.
Yeah, as soon as Scump gets into position, he's going to hold this here. They're going to try and get some fire control. That's a big kill by Slack. You imagine Crim, he's got to call a streak down here soon. But some big kills going down for Luminosity, just really stopping this push from Optic.
So far, so good. This has been a great opening 20-second hold, but like you said, streak will end up coming in. John tag, Slack down. They're going to spawn there and useless, so they will be able to rotate across, but not before Optic able to at least get to some decent positions there around
Octane respond. He does respond with one of his own. He's going to find a couple, finds Scump, finds Karma, so trading back and forth. You saw Crimsix. I believe those are the mortars that just got called in. So 3 streaks from 2 teams already. Just 1 left for Crimsix. That'll be the glide bomb.
Still just 20 points separating these squads. Scump trying to get back in on the action, able to win a one-on-one there with Slack. Traded out though, and the final couple seconds appear to be going to Luminosity. So through our first set of rotations here, Joe, anything big that sticks out to you here from either side?
I mean, these teams are just trading back and forth. They're trading hill control. I think the big thing is Luminosity was able to break lower docks. If that doesn't happen, Optic have a very big lead. They controlled barrel well. They split time at Crane. So a solid half from Optic. Again, looking at that scoreboard, Crimsix and Scump really stepping it up for them.
That Karma's having a decent game as well, as he's got 3 kills in a row. And I mean, really, if you take a look at the slaying differential, it reflects a bit in the scoreline. I mean, Octane the only one really getting it done at 18 and 13 for Luminosity. The rest of the 3 players negative here and just trying to pick it up and get back into the mix. But with that wave of kills there from John and JCap, they're into the hard point for a moment. Unfortunately for them, a Karma grenade denies them. Formal's able to push into top statue, and now we'll take a look at the fight here for Main Street.
Yeah, that's a big one-on-one win for John. John slowed down a little bit. He's 17 and 22. He already has 39 engagements. Both these teams playing at such a fast pace. It's only 120 to 91. We still have a lot of game time left. Octane, he gets taken down by Karma. Karma has control, but they're slacked. Slacked waiting for his teammates, so is Formal.
All right. Bottom spawn here controlled by Optic Gaming. Scump trying to hit through mid-cut and disrupt that 4-man push coming across. One way to disrupt it, though, is a glide bomb. I think he hit like the top little
ledge.
Yeah, ledge of that window there, or a doorway heading into light. So not going to connect, but Slack wins a nice one-on-one, and that's going to earn him another streak. Can he get the mortars? Only needs 25 more points. And Luminosity trying to pick up the lead here. Holding nice inside. John able to gun Scump. They've got 2 more players for Optic at the back. One trying to hit in through mid, but...
Yeah, this is the last push for Optic, and they break. There's going to be 20 seconds. Luminosity, they spawn in that underground. Slack trying to do the best he can, not able to pick up that mortar. And look at this. Karma recognizes it right away. If they can win this rotation, this is where that lead becomes scary, but that's a big win for JCap.
Yeah, that at least allows them to get out into barrel building and try to make this a fight. Karma making the right play, but getting cut down. Scump gets hit with a legion of grenades, but Krem does what he can. He's able to kill 2, but it's basically a 4-on-2 at that point. As Karma gets picked up, Luminosity, one hell of a break there. That's the second time where they've been able to get into Doc's warehouse when it was an opportunity maybe for Optic to blow up the game. Great stuff from LG. You know, they said they haven't played their best Call of Duty, but they've shown resilience with 2 reverse sweeps.
I love that call from Slack. One player spawns out. That's John, spawned underground. They know they have a 3v4. They try to force Optic to get in. They're able to pick up 3. Look at that. They're on a bit of a 6 spree right now. Make it 7.
Lead now to Luminosity. They taking control of this game. JCap getting awfully close to streaks. Octane in a similar position. JCap needs 1 more kill. He knows where Karma is, but he's been tagged up with a nade. Can he pick these up in transition?
These are big kills. Look where Optic's spawning. Last player left is Crimsix in the back. They're going to try and hunt him down fast, but he picks up 3.
Wow.
And there we go. That kill comes in, and there we go. All the blue arrows spawn up near this barrel building. But look where Optic is. They're already in that position.
JCap gets the streak, so You've got several streaks to work with now for Luminosity, and they're pushing this lead back up. Octane will be cut down in the back. You'll get control here for Optic Gaming in the hard point with 50 seconds remaining. Do you maybe invest any of those streaks here from LG? You just try to contest from the front?
Yeah, I think maybe a glide bomb here. You obviously have the contest. You have a guy down low, but it looks like they're not going to do that. JCap going around the back. 3, they make that all 4 go down for Optic. 30 seconds left on the barrel.
What a break again from LG. I mean, that's kind of been the story of it. They've been able to break through early setups from Optic Gaming, whether they're at Barrel, whether at Doc's Warehouse, and that is the difference right now. 30-point edge for Luminosity, and they can still push this lead out. They can break the 200-point mark if they can interrupt this contest coming in from Karma at the front.
They need to. This is a big 15 seconds. They have streaks to invest in. There we go. They're going to get these final 10. They're going to work lower docks. If they can get Optic spawning up top, get control of fire, then they can call in those streaks. They can make them very effective.
Yeah, and this is going to be difficult to get time, even if you have the spawns for Optic, just due to all those streaks. Here they come. Karma doing his best to hide there behind the crane, but ultimately will drop. That's 3 kills now to Luminosity, and that's going to open up the floodgates. They'll start to push down water. Optic coming off the spawn, just trying to get into some sort of power position. Trading back and forth, though. Slack gets the edge. Now, Slack has streaks. You've got to have, what, 5, 6 streaks now on the side of Luminosity? Slack, man, a guy that needed to step it up, and he's doing that right now, Joe.
Yeah, he's the X factor for Luminosity, right? You have John, you have Octane. They're consistent performers, but if someone can step it up, you know, yesterday it was JCap, Friday it was JCap, today it's looking like Slack. If he can keep this up, it's going to be tough for Optic Gaming to beat this Luminosity team. 17 seconds left on Crane. Optic are trying to get as much scrap time as possible. This will put them in close range, but there's John able to find 2.
John, nice break through the back. We'll give them the final 10 or so seconds. That'll push this lead out to very dangerous territory. You need to be almost flawless right now if you're Optic Gaming. Even if you are flawless, you have to deal with all the added streaks to this mix. And John's on pace to maybe pick up some more. Woo, almost. There they come.
Yep, there's that time. They're just not allowing Optic to get any time. Again, something that some of the best hardpoint teams do is just get as much scrap time as possible while controlling those next rotations.
And if you're Optic here, you got to get them to burn a lot of streaks on Statue, and you have to control the bottom spawns for this next hardpoint. So far, so good. You're not allowing Luminosity to get time. You've had them invest a couple of streaks. You're controlling the bottom spawns as well. Keeping them alive, but Luminosity still dangerously close to victory.
Can we go through Luminosity? Can we see how many streaks they have left towards the end of this game? You still have JCap with the fighter pilot, Slacked with 2.
Okay,
so just 3 left. But Optic can't allow this 13 to give up. This is going to put Luminosity around 237.
I think they have to, though. Like, they're just not in a position to contest it. There's 2 players there, too, so they can't just nade somebody out of it.
Yeah, and I love John. This is a big one-on-one. Is he going to expect this? Wins that one, Scump. You have to win that. As soon as John
wins both. My God, and that's the opening that they needed to get on forward. Streaks now coming in. This could be the dagger to the game. Look, 2 members from Optic Gaming spawn out. The mortars in the back to deal with the players at Useless. John now in the hard point. 7 more points needed. Optic, though, they make the play. They survive to see a little bit more in this game.
They definitely do. Still 35 seconds. If you're Luminosity, I imagine you just go for the scrap time. You make Optic try to invest all of their streaks, but 2 go down. This is going to be a waste of a fighter pilot.
And look at the spawn. You get 2 that actually spawn over by Doc's Warehouse.
Oh, JCap's going to just stay alive. He's going to wait for his teammates to pinch. But he gets spotted. Big win. There we go. Finds Scump as well. JCap going huge for Luminosity.
And this should be it. Cap. 4 in a row to seal it. The final ticks in, and LG strikes first.
In a game where, if you were Optic, you had Krim starting off hot, you had Scump starting off hot, and then the guys Slacked, John, JCap, they all turn around. Octane, just that consistent performer. What, they get 7 or 8 streaks? It's just so hard for Optic to get back into that one.
And I feel if you're Optic, you only had, what, 2 streaks kind of early in the game? You didn't,
Krim, right?
Yeah, you didn't have a whole lot else. You had a couple players die very close to getting them, but it seemed like every time John and company were close to getting streaks, they earned them. For the most part, they used them efficiently. I mean, a couple maybe that didn't turn out so well, but when you have 8 to work with, you can have a little bit of fun. But that was an incredible performance there from Luminosity. It seems like they're finally playing a championship caliber Call of Duty. That was in question a little bit yesterday.
Definitely
at least in the first couple of maps in some series until they turned it on.
Yeah, I think the big thing was, as we pointed out, lower docks, how important that was. They were able to break that first rotation that Optic had to set up And then as you go into that second side, yes, Optic were getting the scrap time, but you had Karma set up barrel building. That one-on-one that I believe it was JCap was able to win allows Luminosity to go down. They use their nades well, and again, they get control, and that allows them to earn streaks.
Well, we saw that several times where you would have early control for Optic Gaming. The guy that would push forward first, whether it was Karma or Scump, that could win a one-on-one to really turn the tides, they lost that. Like, think about it. Yeah. You could think of Scump and Karma both pushing underground there when they were on Main Street. Another one-on-one that could help them a little bit and at least delaying the wave of players from LG pushing forward. But for the most part, like you said, it was the 3 breaks, but twice at Doc's Warehouse, once then at Barrel, where it was early control for Optic, and LG just kind of smoked them. It can't happen if you plan to win. That was without streaks, too. That was just early in the game, and they just kind of blew the doors off.
Yeah, but as we continue through this series, yes, Maven is bald. That is a true sign right there. Yeah, no hair on that head.
I love our security team. I don't think we have a security team. So
but anyways,
do whatever you want.
As we go on, you have USS Texas, but I was going to say, Crim6 yesterday, he talked about it in that video. Search and Destroy has to be that consistent game type for Optic Gaming. They want to win a championship. They have to do it. I mean, USS Texas, this is a big one. You have that sniper battle between, Formal and Octane.
And what we saw, I believe, in the, LG versus TK match, there was a lot of pressure with 2 players bottom middle throughout. Like, Octane was controlling top, obviously, with the snipe, but John and Slack were dominating bottom mid as well. That's going to be a fight we're going to have to keep our eyes on. But is there anyone in particular you kind of give an edge to here? Or, I mean, they're so... You got to think these are pretty evenly matched squads.
Yeah, again, it's #1 in one division, #2 in another. These are 2 of the best teams in the world. You imagine, though, again, we talked about it yesterday with Optic Lightning Pandas. If you go down 0-2 in a series, you go to a game 3 with London Docs CTF, just things aren't rolling your way. Luminosity or Optic, I guess you could say, can put you away quickly if, again, those players on LG like Slack and John are playing at this pace.
Honestly, before this weekend, I would have said being down 2-0 was almost a dagger because we saw so few reverse sweeps, but I feel like there's been a lot more, at least in when you're talking about pool play, championship bracket. It's been kind of nuts to see. You see a shot of the Optic Gaming boys getting ready here for the search. They know how important this map 2 is.
Yeah, and again, it's I know it's Championship Sunday, but it's the first game of the day. It is a big win for Luminosity.
And we lost an hour of sleep.
We did lose an hour. I think everybody's a little bit upset about that. I definitely was. I woke up and I was like, well, can we go back again?
Yeah, right?
Can we do that again?
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Shot of our beautiful stage here. If you're just joining us, welcome. LG strike first, up 1-0 in this. It will be a best-of-5. Winner of this gets into a winner's bracket final against Rise Nation, who just defeated Envy in a Game 5. This secures a top 3 placement. Absolutely massive match right now, and we're headed to Texas.
Yeah, USS Texas again. A map where the strategies have evolved over time. A lot of smoke grenades, just baiting and switching, showing A smokes, but going towards B, how important those snipers are going to be. Let's go through these players, see who's going to snipe on each team. You imagine Formal will have one out. And I believe, no, he's not going to have one, but I believe you saw 3 subs on the Optic side. You know who else does that is Red Reserve. So looks like no snipers in round 1.
All right. Offense first here. For Luminosity, it's Scump able to find the first pick. John tried to trade it out, but Scump going big here. Bottom ship. Karma attacks one on as well, and suddenly your 2-time champ, JCap, stuck by himself. He's at least able to find 1 kill. Should be shot in the back momentarily. There it is. Optic able to take that first round, get on the board, and I mean, that's big after a Game 1 loss.
Yeah, again, as soon as we saw those sort of class setups from Optic, you knew they were going to play at a very fast pace. You saw 3 submachine guns. One of the best teams in the world at that is Red Reserve, and really what they do, they set up 0 with that sniper rifle, and the 3 other guys on the map are just, pests. They're tough to deal with those PPSHs.
Okay, let's take a look. You did see Octane with snipe out this time on defense. Typically, he'll be playing on that A side, just trying to make sure they can't get that bomb down.
Double smokes out of Optic.
Yep, we'll see him checking bottom A, nade checking the bomb. Karma here from Optic will be playing bottom ship, and just like you expect, Slack and John going to be down here, and they can be a nuisance to deal with. There it is, Slack. Karma, though, able to at least trade 1 back. Slack, though, picks up 2. Karma trades it right back. So 2 versus 2. He wants the 3rd. JCap, though, nice kill. Must have just saw, like, a sliver of his body there behind the box. And suddenly, it's on Formal here. 2 clutch up in a 1 versus 2. Bomb is down. He's got a lot of time to work with, though, Joe.
Yeah, it definitely does. I was going to say, these rounds have been going fast. Bomb's down, bottom middle. Actually, that is the top side. Imagine he's going to pick that up. Just trying to find any players on Luminosity. Maybe thought they were going to take his side. But now that time is dwindling. He's wasted about 20 seconds, still doesn't have that bomb. You still have Octane sniping as well.
Yeah, they both pushed the other side, which clearly he was not expecting as he tries to check the opposite. He should be spotted in a moment. Tagged up, and that's around 2 LG. They'll tie it up. And that was just Formal, I think, guessing wrong.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I don't think they knew Octane had a sniper, right? They dealt with all 3 other players. If he knows he has a snipe, maybe he thinks they're going to play that a little bit differently. He saw them maybe trying to set up a sort of corner spot, spot a middle around that bomb. Wasn't looking at that platform. Again, I think that round just goes towards LG because of that JCap trade. If Karma wins that one, that's probably a round win for Optic.
We know how big the searches are in general. I mean, Envy got to the place they were winning search. Rise Nation beat them by winning the searches. You heard Krim talk about in the video how consistent Search and Destroy is right now. And do you think that's going to be a pivotal part of whoever takes home the championship?
Was for TK, and they're back-to-back.
That's true. That's true. Slacked into top window. There has been a big fight at bottom ship pretty much every round. Last time it was Slacked getting it. The round before that, Scump. Now Scump, another first blood. He's got 2 out of 3.
Just look how aggressive Optic are playing. You have a player so far pushed up B, you have a guy on A site, and then you have 2 bottom middle. They're giving Luminosity no breathing room. There's Krim pushing up. He's going to get into this spot. Such a strong position, but Luminosity, they're stuck. They have no map control right now.
Karma gets another pick here. 4 versus 2. Octane and Slack going to have to try and clutch up in this one. Octane gets vision for a second, but can't gun Krim. Slack going to try and finish the weak player, but Krim gets both. An easy round there for Optic Gaming, as they'll now take the edge here again in the search.
Yeah, this is a different Optic on USS Texas. I feel like in the past they've played around those snipers, they played around those smokes, but right now they just said, let's just use our submachine gun power. Let's go to that bottom middle and take it to them.
And Krim, he said something to me after the Pro League, and I think I mentioned this to you before, but he said the teams that are basically winning a lot in the search in the Pro League are going to struggle, he thought, at this tournament. The teams that were losing, and we're going to change things up a lot, we're going to see some success. And we saw they've changed their St. Marie. They've now changed their Texas. It's been a mode they've been kind of hit or miss on. Seems like he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, he definitely did. I'm sure they've done a lot of research as well. Karma, again, fighting bottom middle. Just Optic, so aggressive, so far pushed up. Luminosity, they have Octane sniping this B Street. You have JCap watching over that A1 with an assault rifle.
There's the pick. Octane will get that first blood. Optic now going to have to battle in the 3 versus 4. Under a minute to go on the clock here. Slack just kind of watching this back door. Everybody in Optic grouped up inside the ship. This may connect on nothing. I thought it might actually tag both players. Karma might be the first to engage. He's going to get dropped. You know, there's 2 players in top ship here, but you've got Octane watching you. There's the wall bang. 2 for Octane this round. Krim, your bomb carrier, last alive. He's actually able to pick up a couple of kills. Suddenly it's a 1 versus 2, but he will get dropped, and he didn't have a lot of wiggle room to work with there. He peeks that window. You think Octane's hitting the shot.
Yeah, and again, if you're going to not use a sniper rifle, if you're going to try and play that bottom middle control, you can't get picked. Not sure how Formal did there, but as soon as that happens, they then have to try and get this top window control, right? Try to get an angle on that sniper. They weren't able to. A great response out of Luminosity.
Slacked, the X factor for this roster. He's actually stood out in Search and Destroy. He has some big maps for them over the course of this weekend. Definitely gonna need that here on Championship Sunday. But as it stands, tied up at 2 apiece, Octane still gonna be rocking that sniper. 2 kills in the last round. Wants to see if he can add more onto that, but again, it looks like they do not want Formal in that role challenging this, because I still think he has not brought it out yet. And if he's not gonna bring it out, if he's not gonna snipe, he's not gonna challenge, he absolutely can't be getting picked by him.
Yep, and I wish Luminosity would just switch it up here. You have this sniper rifle watching over you. You know how Optic's been playing it. I would love if they just go to that A bomb site and just throw a smoke down and try and plant it. I mean, just look at that mini map. Look where Optic's playing. They're not focused on the bomb sites right now.
I think Krim just got eyes on it. Formal, he wide peeks this again. He's dead. Oh, Octane misses the shot by a sliver. 45 seconds on the clock, and they still have to work this plant. They want to bring it towards B. Octane misses again. This is giving Formal and company a chance here. They're actually able to tag him up with a nade, but it's JCap with the first blood. Another snipe and a whiff here from Octane. Big in the previous round, but here, missing some shots. They're giving him opportunity, though.
They definitely are. I was just going to say that. Formal keeps peeking it. Yeah, it's Scump peek at bottom middle. 25 seconds left. LG, they have to commit to something fast.
They got to get this bomb first and foremost. And it looks like it's going to be the sniper that's going to have to do so.
Looks like Optic didn't say rotated. They left that bottom middle side. They left that bottom middle side without any information. Karma's able to get picked. JCap spots another one. That's Scump bottom middle.
Slack's chasing him. Slack's chasing him. And there's the kill. Suddenly, Formal by his lonesome, and the bomb has been planted. Formal keeps finding himself in these tough, tough spots. Able to win the first one, though. A lot of work to do. One pushing top window to get an angle on him. Will he be ready for this? Well. He is stomping around. Gets one bullet in, checks his back. There's the pistol, but not able to win it. LG with another round. What fell apart there bottom ship for Optic?
They had no information, right? They had no information if they were A or B. All three players rotate towards that A side. They give up that B street. Luminosity, they had no smokes. They had nothing to play with. They didn't even have bottom middle control yet. So Karma and Scump leave that, and that allows them to get that bomb down. It was just a bad call right there from Optic.
Yeah, so is that a comms issue, a setup issue?
Maybe they thought, I don't know if someone saw something. I know JCap was playing towards that top side, so maybe he threw them off a little bit.
Must-win map here for Optic. You're down around.
Look at John's 0-5, right? So
you would think with him 0-5 that the bottom ship fight has absolutely gone the way of Luminosity. Or sorry, of Optic Gaming, but it's just been Slack going big.
This is a fast round.
Wow.
All right, 3-3.
That's a lot different than that previous round. That one stretches the distance for the bomb plan. This one, very, very quick from Optic Gaming. You'll see the final shots here onto Slack. But like I was saying, like if you saw John having that type of game, you think they'd really be in trouble bottom ship, but Slack's been stepping it up in a big way. And granted, you know, John's been bait down there a little bit. He's been dropped a couple times, and Slack's had a couple of two pieces down there.
Yeah, so let's see what Luminosity does. If I was them, I would love them to just commit to a bomb site fast. You know how Optic's playing it. They're playing towards that bottom middle control. We'll also see, though, maybe Optic makes some adjustments. Doesn't look like it, though. The same setup. You have two bottom middle. You have Crim6 on that A side. You have Formal on B.
And you can see that Octane, he has to keep checking everything because he's used to Formal pulling out that sniper.
Yeah, you have a double snipe setup on Luminosity's side. You have John and Octane on an offense. If they don't get numbers, this is going to be a very tough round for LG.
It absolutely is. Will Optic be ready for it, though, is the question. Crim just peeked and spotted. Able to get a hit marker there with the nade. JCap just holding here on top of bomb. John still watching bottom A.
There's 3 nades. Make that all 4 nades from Optic. John misses that shot.
Yeah, his breath runs out like right before it. Formal flirting with death there in the back line as well. Now you're going to have 2 snipers looking over this side.
The only thing is that's good for Luminosity is you saw 4 nades go off for Optic. You have to count those nades. There's that smoke that goes down. But is it a bait? It looks like it may be. Is Luminosity, they're moving that bomb towards that B site.
And you've got no eyes on this right now.
There we go. I think they just spotted it, and that's a big first kill. As I said, there's 2 snipers on Luminosity's side.
There comes the plant. Octane tagged in the back. Stays up though, but Scump going huge right now. It's all on Octane now. He's tagged up. They know his position. He's getting flooded right now, and he will drop. That is 4 kills in a row for Scump. Massive round from him. Streaks coming closer and closer, but what went wrong kind of for Luminosity there once those 4 nades went off?
I think it was Karma, right? I believe he goes through that bottom middle. He spots the bomb planter. That allows that rotation to go off, and then JCap gets picked. Not sure how he did. But again, it's so hard to win a round if you don't have numbers with 2 snipers, and the bomb's not planted yet. If that bomb goes down, it's a 4v4. You have that double snipe set up. It's pretty difficult to break, right? Especially if you don't have any utility on the Optic side.
Huge round from Scump. And again, he's getting very close to streaks. He had a 13 or 14 kill search last night against Lightning Pandas on St. Marie. Looking to replicate this one if it goes the distance. He's gotten into top window. 75 off these streaks. They want him to get the plant down, but he's so weak. Just able to get away with his life.
Another nade came in as well. Finally, John gets on the board. 1 in 7. 3 versus 3 now.
Oh.
Scump a little weak.
He keeps diving back and forth. You think eventually Octane's going to flick. So important that Scump gets the plant in this round.
Yeah, and they may rotate over towards B. They're just taking their time, 45 seconds right now. Scump gets that kill. Yeah, he gets that kill. That's big. That may allow him to get the plant as well. Octane, no, he knows where it is. We saw him do it versus TK. Great shot on the Karma.
2 versus 2 now. Scump has these streaks to work with.
Call him in now. You call him in now.
Formal and Scump. He's going to flank him behind. He sees his legs. Spotted the shadow of the second, I believe. It's all on Octane to try and clutch this 1 versus 2. He hits a snipe 1-on-1. He has a PPSH to work with as well. Knows where Scump was, and Scump though wins it. Scump taking over.
I'm going to be honest, we haven't seen this Scump all year long. I don't know what has changed, whether he just wants to make a point, but since COD Champ, Scump has not given it all, and you're finally seeing it here.
You certainly are. How many kills is that in a row now? I think he had, what, 4? And then I think he picked up 3 in that.
7 in a row?
Back-to-back. Did he get the ace the previous round? Was it 3? I think it's back-to-back 3-kill rounds, regardless. He is absolutely, I think he had a 7 streak in the game last night as well. 10-3 now, unreal. Now 1 round away from tying this up, plus he's got full streaks to work with. And John still just having an abysmal map 2 here.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it was 3-3 and he was 0-6, right, at one point. So you're thinking, all right, just turn it around. You know you can do it, but Optic and Scump, well, they take a couple of, where Crimsticks finally gets taken out. I was gonna say they're playing so aggressive, but here comes Scump. Able to find one, but Octane's there.
Of course, unfortunately, it's John again. 1-9, died every round, struggling for sure. Carmody probably 1 more bullet to finish that. He reads it like a book though, but Slack still able to win the gunfight. And now I think what is the 3rd 1v3? Formal's got to try and attempt. Not able to win the first one. LG staying alive here in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, streaks, they're important, right? They may open up a bomb site, but USS Texas with Mountain, it can be hard to find some targets, so you're a little bit nervous. You know Luminosity is going to play very aggressive bottom middle, try to stay away from them.
With the mini-map, for me, it can be hard to find targets. With the glide bomb at Mountain, it absolutely can be. LG, can they push this to a round 11? You got to think if John just comes alive and maybe starts to take over bottom ship, but we'll even be given that opportunity. You got to think they're going to focus bottom ship a little bit just because they know those streaks are available on Scump.
Yeah, and John's playing aggressive, so he's going to play here down low.
Crimsticks, first blood though.
That's a big response from Slacked. I would have loved to see Karma just back up there. I know Crim's bottom middle and another one for Slacked.
Slacked having a huge game. 9-6 right now, making up for the lackluster performance here from John. They've worked together well down there, at least bottom mid, when they've won rounds.
If you look at this scoreboard now, and to think we're probably going to go to a round 11 with, again, John at 1-9, you have 11 on Scump. This round isn't over yet, but I love the play from LG. Look what they're doing. They just take control of Optic's side. Just trying to get as much information as possible. Scump still with full streaks, going into our round 11. This could be crucial.
35 seconds now. You know, you don't want to say this is a winnable round, but when it's Scump, you never know.
Definitely is, but with 25 seconds left, he hasn't found anything. He's trying to find a pick. It looks like he just may be staying alive. You have JCap and Slack down streaks. Can we go over to their point of view really quick? 300 and 300, so nobody too close yet.
Just want to make sure you can't feed anyone to get into a position where they can, you know, maybe get a, if they're on offense, get a bomb plant down really quickly and get streaks early in it.
Yeah, and again, if you're Optic, you may not expect it. You're not wearing Mountain. That's why when Scump got him, I would have loved to see it call in, because that doesn't allow those players to switch over that Mountain division. Call him in, you catch him off guard.
You mean the 2v2?
Yeah.
Round 11, baby. You can just feel the tension in this crowd right now. I love it. Place starting to fill up. Some may be waking up an hour late. Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Game 2, round 11. You've got full streaks here for Scump. He's already got 11 and 4. Can he add anything onto this? Formal hasn't sniped at all. Oh, I thought for a second maybe he pulled it out for this round.
I love this play if you're Luminosity.
Uh-oh.
There he goes. Spot 2, and look where John is. John's on their side, and he finds Scump. John just pushed through bottom middle, but
Scump did connect, though. Scump got to go with the glide bomb. Oh, my God. What a one-on-one there from Slack. 2 versus 2.
But John dropped bomb.
And Scump is dead, so you can't get those other 2 streaks into this. Oh, my God. Bomb now picked up by Slack. It has been the Slack versus Scump show. He is 10-6. 4 kills to his name. 45 seconds on the clock. Pressure on LG to get this bomb down. He just bottom or top middle just a second late. Karma almost gets ripped.
Slack dives across. That's information. He still has an aid. That's Karma. Formal doesn't have his. Only be able to weaken him. There it is. You see Slack get hurt. They're trying to find that kill, but Octane's top middle.
Tries to push for it. Karma should have called that out. He tried to just run across.
If Optic lose this will be heartbreaking for them.
Karma's got to try and clutch. He might have just got spotted. Octane going to dip down low. First one-on-one, Karma able to win. He's weak and dips away. Under 30 seconds. 1 versus 1. How does he read this? How does he read this?
Oh, he almost spotted him.
Should be shot in the back. Should be shot in the back, and LG clutched up round 11. 2-0 advantage. And you had full streaks for Scump headed into that round.
That's heartbreaking, Maeve.
Wow.
I mean, the big thing was, right, when we called the glide bomb down, John just ran through middle. He just ran bottom middle. He finds Scump. I'm not sure exactly where he was. Nobody was watching over Scump. They didn't expect John to just, maniac push through the middle of the map towards their side. I imagine he was calling it in towards that lower staircase. They just didn't expect it.
And then in the 2v2, you know, Karma got tagged by Octane top window. And then you saw Formal just try to kind of waltz up there and get eyes on bomb, but all Octane had to do was peek that, and that's a free kill. And I don't know if maybe Karma didn't realize he was top window or what the call out was there, but it looked like Formal thought he had a free pick. But as it stands, Luminosity up 2-0. Can they finish it here? It's all coming down to the CTF. We'll be right back.
The story of my family isn't about how we died. It's about how we lived.
My father sacrificed himself to help save the world.
You're back. This is your chance to make things right.
I'm gonna make my dad proud. It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference. Fire everything you've got!
Rated PG-13. Predator puts you in the battle. But the fight is all yours. Summon your strength with Predator Helios with Intel Core i7 processor.
Your father always said he wanted you to be a pilot.
I'm not a hero like he was.
The kaiju. You're back.
This is your chance to make things right.
It doesn't matter where you came from. This is our time to make a difference.
What do we do?
We fight!
Rated PG-13.
Hey, Pete, take us to the $11 million. You got 72 hours before we start clipping your family.
If we don't do what these guys want, we're all dead.
You think you're going to steal my money? How are we gonna pull this off? It's physically impossible.
The trick is always impossible until it isn't. If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Welcome back. The top squad in Division B. Luminosity currently in firm control here of the winner's semifinal over Optic Gaming. 2-0 advantage. They clutch up in the round 11. You see that big, giant, bold 0 there right now for Optic because they are searching for their first map victory. But I'll tell you what, Merc, there have been a lot of reverse sweeps this weekend. I mean, LG's pulled off a couple. But wow, this is gonna be tough for Optic Gaming, man.
It definitely is. I will say the one positive side is they're still playing well, right? It just feels like there's a few plays within the maps that have changed things, and if guys like Scump are shooting the way they are, and same with Crimsix, this is a map where they can get that momentum going. But however, that was a very frustrating loss. I imagine we saw the faces and expressions on those guys after that map number 2, and this could be one where LG just takes over very quickly.
They certainly could. I mean, I'm looking at, yes, you said Scump. Karma also, a guy that makes big plays in CTF. On the other end of it, you could look at somebody like JCap, the CTF gurus. But here we go. Game 3. Optic Gaming trying to keep their best of 5 dreams alive here against LG. LG looking for the hot sweep. Let's see who will take it. So far, Edge quickly to Luminosity. They find 3 kills. Formal last man up. John going to hunt him. They pick him up 4 down. And this is the kind of situation that can quickly turn into a cap on a map like London Docks. Spawning useless and rotating over will be Optic Gaming, but already in some great positions in fire, and also at Docks will be Luminosity.
Go to Slack. Let's go to Slack really quick. You can see he's on that flank. Oh, big win by Formal. That should stop the push, but there's Octane, and they get the flag out. Octane with 3. JCap with the 4th. That's 4 down for Optic Gaming, and JCap, he's going to set up towards this staircase and just try to get control of this Optic base.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely rally this. There's one in, there's the second pull, and this is disaster early in the CTF for Optic Gaming. That is out. Wow, that is a worst case scenario when you're down 0-2 in a series. To go down 0-2 in this CTF in the opening 70 seconds.
Yeah, JCap 1 kill away for some streaks, so this is a big life. Rocking that armored scope. Great shots on the Crimsix top middle. Locking down this lower Docks. This will be a big gunfight all day long on London Docks. That Crimsix versus JCap battle. And you're able to control that lower street. That just allows your teammates to push up. There we go. Formal pushing in, and there's Octane. And actually, a bit of a different setup from LG, right? They're running 2 STGs on this map.
Well, that's going to work especially probably well once you have a 2-0 advantage. You can afford to slow it down and play positions. We'll see if they continue that throughout the course of the game.
There's a switch. Yeah, I think it was just off the break.
Oh, that's a stick. JCap sticks Karma. He's already got streaks to work with. Here's a pull. They're spawning in. This should be a 3rd cap. You have a chance in water spawn here to overextend. That's going to be Scump and Formal that will come in.
He's going to try and push this through gate, right? You have to pull this through gate to your teammates. Great job by Cap, but there's one player there. There's one player there. That's Formal. They have to back you up with him. Formal might catch him. He does catch him. You can't allow that to happen.
Formal not able to win the second gunfight, but unfortunately you get a big return, and then there's another pull on the other end, and this one, I don't think there's anyone to contest with. It has been a slaughter in the Optic Gaming base. Streaks in, 3rd score in. LG is dismantling Optic Gaming right now.
Yeah, look at that scoreboard. Octane 7-3. Make it 8-3. You have JCap 6-2. John 8-2. Another flag pull for Luminosity.
They're on pace for what? 10 flag pulls in the course of this first half. Streak in. That's another score. The floodgates on London Docks have opened.
They're set up still. There's some more streaks. Finally, a stick comes in. But JCap, he has help. He has help from John. There was one player that did spawn water. I don't know if Cap's going to expect it. That was Karma. There we go. You get some shots into him. Cap trying to make the play. Glybomb comes in to help him, wins the 1-on-1.
He's good. He might be good.
He's got to get through gate. Can he get it through gate? There we go. Great play. Great heads-up play by JCap.
Octane then picks it up. He won't win the gunfight, but you still have John there. The score should still be able to make it in time. They're coming in with nades. There it is, the 5th score. Finally a counter opportunity, but there's so many streaks on the side of Luminosity. Octane spawns first. Do they even bother investigating? They may not even be worried about it.
Control your base. Don't allow them to relay. Just don't. But here we go. Optic, we know how quickly this game can change. 3 go down. There's one player left. That's Slacked. Great win right there from Slack. That stops that push. Just buys time, continues to win these gunfights.
He has been so huge for this team in every game mode. There wins 2 individual 1-on-1s, and now it's the streaks. The mortars dropping in the back. JCap actually connects with 2. That's going to allow Octane to push up and get into a position where he opened this. Well, okay. Instead, he runs into a Crim grenade. So Crim does find 2 kills to maybe slow the onslaught here, but you've still got 2 players pushing in. Scump cuts them down. Can you somehow get one more score here? Maybe make this first half a little bit more respectable here for Optic Gaming.
You would love that, right?
Well, if you're an Optic fan, you absolutely would.
You know, Karma starting to push this Cole room. Big win on a John, but John wins it. Last guy Scump, and there's JCap. Again, JCap has been so crucial throughout this entire tournament for Luminosity.
12 and 5.
This is the best I've seen him play in a very long time.
Well, that's what's scary right now for LG. I think you could say that for JCap and Select right now. They're playing amazing. And when John picks it up, and John's at 13 and 7, this is the power, the potential of Luminosity. John wants one more touch. He spots Scump. He's already tagged. He will get dropped through the wall there. So there's the clear, the return. Well, Optic made his push across. They're going to try and get a touch here with the flag out. They're going to get the extra time. They want to make a play. They get 3 down. There's actually an opportunity here. One more spawns in. Octane nades in. That might connect onto a couple of players. Well, yeah, it connects. It actually kills both. Last member, Octane, shooting bodies. LG smoke Optic in the first half. And we're 5 minutes away from what looks like we're going to have a winner's bracket final of your Division A top team in Rise, your Division B top team in Luminosity.
Yeah, someone said the Pro League matters.
Turns out when top teams play each other this consistently, the results quite consistent as well.
Optic, though, they still have 5 minutes. There's just a couple of streaks left.
Just, you gotta think the end of that. I think the end of that search just broke them.
Definitely did. You saw the frustration, especially on Formal's face. Formal not having the best series right now.
Well, but Karma, you know, he's the guy you see make the big plays in CTF. He's 6 and 13. He's surely got to turn it around as well. He got just under 5 minutes to make a play. Remember, this all started in the beginning. You got 4 down for Optic Gaming, basically off the rip. And the onslaught commenced. Now you're going to have a flag pulled out by John. He's the only one alive, though. And the flag going to be pulled by Formal. They've got to win this sequence here and get a score in early.
I was going to say, this could be the worst scenario for Optic. You never want a stalemate. Karma's going to get caught out. There's a glide bomb that comes in. Doesn't catch that flag player. But again, all Luminosity has to do right now is waste time. Scump, is he going to get spotted? Doesn't look like it right now. There's one player hunting for him. There we go. I think he just found it. But there's another player. There's one player. That's Crim6 going for the play, but he gets shut down by John.
JCap and John go huge. And that right there, those 2 kills likely delay this score, inevitable score, maybe for Optic Gaming another 45, 60 seconds.
Yep, they're just wasting time off that clock.
Now it's Octane's turn. He's trying to sneak up the map here. Let him go. Lets him go. He's coming in behind. Formal's gonna be ready for this. The sneaky play from Octane, the dive, the return, the score. LG outplaying Optic in every sense of the word.
Oh, I was to say, if Octane wins that one, he can get that relay. John, though, on a 5 spree, finally, well, he has woken up after that horrendous game 2, but they still win that map.
And you've still got so many streaks to work with here. Full streaks for what? John, JCap's got a pilot to work with. Now, this is the thing, though. You have the streaks. Can they shut this one down? Because you're still down 5, man. You need flawless gameplay. If there were no streaks on Luminosity, this is a difficult task.
They have to keep this up. They have to get control of their base, but one player spawns low. That's JCap. Because of that overextend for Karma, he puts them in a horrible position. Karma pushes through. I don't think he needed to do that. He allows JCap to basically allow them to get out of fire.
And now you really just have one member here. It is Scump. He should be traded out. John hunting for him. John will be able to finish it. They still got the water spawn. As I believe it's Karma just tries to go through street. He wins a gunfight at the box. They win one on fire as well. Here's an opportunity. You got to pull this. They're going to grab it. Another gunfight. Formal's able to go big. They finish the final player. This should be a score. So the big thing here, you get all 4 in such quick succession, streaks aren't going to matter. So this is going to go in. 2.5 down. You got some streaks now on Optic. The comeback may be alive and well. 1 streak invested, not going to provide a whole lot. Scump now wants to streak.
Yeah, but Formal needs to stay alive. Formal needs to stay alive. He's not able to. 3 go down.
Oh, Scump melts another. Oh, this comeback dream. Can they do it? This is the kind of momentum, kind of swing game that can shift it on its head. The artillery is in. It kills the flag carrier. Formal's got to try and grab it. He's able to get it. He's able to dip away. Optic now down 2 with 2 minutes left. More streaks over Karma as Karma gets all 3. Slacked, still in the back. He's got no help. Can he beam him off the box? Not able to do it yet. They want to invest the streak in it. This is how you pick him off. And Karma actually ends up winning the gunfight. JCap going to drop as well. It's another touch.
But John responds, finds two. Crimsix trying to get that flag. Not able to do so. What a response from John. Scum's still alive.
It felt like the wheels were coming off from LG, but the streaks keep them in this. Now under 90 seconds to go here, Joe. They streak the back, but everyone's already gotten into fire.
Finally, Luminosity gets some map control. They stop this, but look where those Optic players are. They're pretty far pushed up. Calling in the glide bomb. One player, that's John, gonna get caught out. But JCap wins a gunfight in their base. And again, both flags are out. That's a huge win by Cap.
Krim not able to win it. Karma has got to go absolutely massive here. They're hunting him down. He's got every single angle being pushed. He wins the one-on-one. Can't get the return, though. Is Scump going to get there in time? Scump chasing in the back. Scump gets gunned, and that may be the dagger. 7-4 Luminosity.
What a response from JCap to win that one-on-one versus Crimsix. He gets it across the map. Yes, Karma almost makes the play. 30 seconds left. Just don't think there's enough time, and Octane has some more streaks.
A valiant comeback from Optic Gaming, but the streaks, the clutch factor,
just too big of a lead.
The resilience and the lead, all enough for Luminosity, and now they can just streak Optic Gaming off the map. LG looked vulnerable on Saturday. LG looking championship form today. There's a hot 3-0.
Yeah, what a performance on that game number 3 from Octane and John. They really turned it around. Again, as soon as things get going for Optic, John calls in that fighter pilot that he still had in his back pocket. Shuts down that push. I mean, that really changed the entire game.
Absolutely, and that is why I love London Dock CTF, because it can just change on a dime.
Yeah, we had 11 flag caps.
Yeah, it can just go from crazy to crazier. Optic almost, down, 5 caps at one point. They bring it within 2. The next rally, the streaks kind of slow it down. Like you said, that one-on-one gunfight with JCap and Krim, 2 of the greatest players in the history of Call of Duty. There were a lot of moments they may have decided the game, but that was the one down the stretch that you mentioned that finally allowed LG to get out of their base for the first time in, 3 minutes, basically?
Yeah, it was a long time, and you saw Optic earning some streaks. They were catching Luminosity off guard, and it got a little bit scary there, but a great streak out of John, a big win out of Cap, seals them away. That 7-4 win in Luminosity, they look great today. Optic, I think this series just changes after that game number 2.
Chino's going to be able to find 2 right there as well. But Red Reserve still spawning in the back. Chino's going to push this out to see if he can catch any Red Reserve players off guard. But now they're going for an unorthodox setups on Gibraltar. They're literally going for a 4-man spread, and that kill could open things up for the side of Red Reserve. Radiant's going to have top snipers nest control, and when you have an elite AR player up here, you can start to really take over. Shots going down to Akari, a little bit shaky, able to finish up the kill though, but Chino's able to answer right back. But during that sequence, Red Reserve breaks on through. Joe's inside of the hill. He spots Kenny trying to find this one. He does just that. It's a bloodbath here on Turret Place.
It's definitely a bloodbath, and guess what? It's not over yet. You got Theory pushing in, but he's going to fall. Red Reserve, this looks like a good setup for him. Unless Kenny has something to say about it, he's going to fall. Still contesting it, and now TK will get the rest of the points on his hill. Next rotation, moving back towards pit center. And early on, this is where we saw TK get a good chunk of time. We'll see if they can get this same setup once again. You see Accuracy looking for his next victim. Josh pushing across top bridge. He's going to fall. Last time when TK was fighting for this hill, they were on the opposite side. They were on the top brick shooting down. But we'll see if they can get the kills that they need to rack up some more points.
I always feel like from the side that Red Reserve's on, yes, you're not going to have the spawns going towards the next hill, but there's still so much time to play for here. You can try to get somebody to push on through to try to get those spawns. But in my opinion, it's so easy to attack from the side that Red Reserve's on. You have a lot more cover to work with compared to on the other side and towards that turret room. You have to go up those stairs, but over there you have bricks. You have some nice little walls that are broken that you can just get that chest-high cover on. But Red Reserve doing an excellent job of breaking on through. They're able to go inside, take control of the hard point once more, this time Zero. He gets the break. Such an even match going down between both these sides, though.
It is. And, folks, Red Reserve pulling away with this lead once again. They're looking to end TK's tournament run, but we'll see if they can do it. Close game, folks. Now Rated picking up a kill off of Theory. Going to start to see the hill rotate over, and Red Reserve, once again, is going to have control in this courtyard. TK Wasn't able to break it last time, but we'll see if they're able to switch things up and get in and break this setup from Red Reserve.
And they're allowing TK to get some very good map positioning right now. 2 players do flood in. They're able to find a kill, though. Josh, again, going big. 2-piece to shut down Down. He's on a 3-kill streak. All the players from TK are now flooding through that bottom side of your mini-map. They're trying to break in through comms. That's something they try again and again. You shouldn't make it happen. Josh comes from behind. He extends his streak to 5. He finds 2. Red Reserve, they're rotating early after getting so much time out the fort courtyard. 1 player left. He dies. He spawns on up top with his teammates. 18 seconds is what TK will get from that hill. We go to Castle Road. Red Reserve, they're set up, they're primed, they're locked and loaded and ready to go.
Watching his cave streaks coming in as well, not able to connect with anybody. Joe's getting pushed. It's not going to have reinforcements, but does he need them? Yes, he did. Kenny picking up that kill as well. Zero comes in a little bit late, but he's trying to hold off the push. And once again, Kenny gets another kill, trying to force out these spawns from the back end, looking to push through. He's going to get some shots in. Not going to fall just yet. Knows he has somebody behind him, but he's being sneaky. Ring around the rosy, and he's going to finally fall. The pressure coming in from the bridge side. Red Reserve in a good setup. TK, that's going to be hard for him to break, but accuracy gets the kill to start the trend.
See now Chino going towards the closet. He's going to be able to find one there. Another teammate pushing inside. That's going to be Theory. A smoke coming in through the front from TK to try to get this one broken. Theory left alive in the hill. Red Reserve with another great hold. You see Team Caliber, they're already rotating, they're trying to push through. Joe is going to find himself in engagement with accuracy. PPSH from that range is going to win that one. But Kenny, he knows the positioning of this player. Shots are going to come in. Joe's a little bit shaky there. He's able to finish that one off, though. But now it's going to be Chino with the AR trying to go up against Joe with the PPSH. He comes out big on this, but here comes Red Reserve. They're starting to push through the cave area. Chino now forced to get aggressive. He finds himself one, goes for the pre-fire, not going to get it. Red Reserve, the early rotation and the initial hill control.
Zero, waiting for these TK members to push. You got some action going down in cave. Oh, strike comes through. Chino picks up 2. Theory gets 1 as well. Now, the spawns coming in for Red on Archway. TK getting a good chunk of time. Zero is the next man closest towards the hill. Being patient up, waiting for the glide bomb to come through. Is able to connect with Theory. Now you're going to start to have Chino try to get in this hill, get some more points. TK, they can't cut this deficit down by a little bit, but they need to be perfect on this hill. But also, they need to keep the saddle they're on, so as their contestant put his pit center, they have another successful run like they did when the game first started.
Chino, the game changer for Team Caliber. He got himself the streaks. He's on a 5 streak right now as well. He's finding himself in these great positions. This is what we said. Every time Team Caliber plays this map, you're getting an all-star performance coming in from Chino. Is he going to be able to continue this one? They're pushing on forward. Theory's going to be the player getting towards turret. Chino's going to be there to try to get that trade. He's getting close towards the streaks. He gets that initial time inside the hill as well. He is so close. He needs to stay alive. They shut him down, and that's huge. He has nothing else to work with. Here comes the final crowd, though, coming from the side of Red Reserve. Josh going to be able to find himself 2 kills, make it 3. 1 left alive. They know this player is by himself right in towards turret, but Theory's doing an excellent job of staying alive. Gets the turn there, rated as well, and finds himself the 3rd. Theory going up to keep TK in this match.
Josh falls as well. TK then cut the deficit to less than 40 points, getting a good chunk of time on this hill. Now Red Reserve is saying, hey, you know what? Let's just start to set up. We've had a good run when it comes down to the courtyard hill. Chalk it up, but Theory, he has no care for your setup. Looking to push through, and we've seen him on many flanks beforehand, opening up the doors for TK. You got Josh anchoring off the back end. He's gonna finally fall. Theory being so sneaky, clearing out this base. Not able to get that last one. Now Chino, he gets 1. He's gonna fall as well. So Red Reserve, she got 50 points on this courtyard hill. They're gonna get a good chunk of time as TK decides to push again.
They can close it out. If TK is not able to contest for at least a couple seconds, Red Reserve could close it out here, but it's not looking likely. A 3-man flood coming inside now. That is just what they need. The players to get off the hill, force it over towards the Castle Road. That's exactly what they're doing. They know Chino's in the front. He's gonna fall. It will be accuracy on the flank. He finds one. Kenny comes in with the N74, gets a kill. Rated left up for the side of Red Reserve to try to make something happen. He's playing his life. Accuracy thinks he's inside that backside of the map. Rated right now. Doing an excellent job, peeks out around. Now it's going to be going over towards the front, has a PPSH in his back pocket, gets the kill there as well. Takes control of the hill. I wonder how close he might be getting towards the streaks. He's in the 4th streak, just got the points from that hill as well. Final 15 to go to Red Reserve. They're picking up the scrap, and look where the spawns, they're completely split. They spawn right next to each other as well. Josh and crew still trying to stay alive over here. They need to wait for that teammate support before they can make a push.
And Theory, he spawned back courtyard, now pushing across bridge. He's going to finally fall. TK getting the points, looking to tie this one up. They got plenty of time. They can definitely win off this hill. Red Reserve being patient, waiting for all members to respawn, waiting for all members to get into position. The streak coming out, not able to connect with anybody, but Accuracy able to connect with Josh. And now TK, man advantage, fighting for Castle Road. Can Accuracy find another one? Red Reserve slowly creeping up. They're going to see Chino. Smoke's coming out, getting a good chunk of time.
Oh my goodness, rated with the big 2. Josh finds himself one. Artillery's going to be on the bridge too. Red Reserve, they're looking to close it out here. Team Caliber is forced to go through middle map. Josh is going to be pushing out there. He finds one of Chino. Immediate trade. They need to get going now. 13 points, and it will be a Red Reserve win. We could be going to the next hill though. They need to just get inside for 1 second.
I don't know.
Nobody from TK is going to be able to get inside.
Red Reserve, they're going to do it. Bye-bye TK.
Your
Red Reserve.
Your CWL.
Never mind. As I say that, the kill came in on the final second. Theory picking up more, locking it down. Joe, what you gonna do? Fighter pilot coming through and they do it.
Your CWL Dallas, your CWL NOLA champions fall on their home grounds. TK are eliminated at the CWL Atlanta Open. Red Reserve advance on forward, and TK, we see a powerhouse finally fall here during the World War II season.
Man, that's got to be devastating for TK fans. And you know what? So close towards the end. But Dirk, when you break down this last map in Gibraltar, what was TK's faults?
I need a second to regain. The amount of games that TK has that are close in Gibraltar is insane. They find a way to come back, and Theory was one of the big X factors in that one as well. With the 3-piece that he got, and that sort of ignites the team. Theory, I think, just looking from Dallas, NOLA, and now going into this is the best probably slaying that we've seen from Theory all season long so far. If he's able to get that, they're in a prime position. But just towards the end there, too, it was that Castle Road was the biggest one. You saw Red Reserve use so many smokes just to try to break that one. You even saw it in that last sequence, too. They threw a smoke down. They got control. They got 2 kills. Artillery placed. Boom. We thought we were going to close it out, but they came in with that last second. We're calling it too early here. We just need to be like, shut up. Let's go to the next one. But that was just one of the biggest things, too, is that hold. There was no way to counteract what Red Reserve was bringing, because when you think about it, who uses smokes that much in hardpoint to break hills? There's very few teams that actually do. So for TK to go up against somebody, like when they play LG, LG's not one to use smokes on Castle Road to break. That was one of the biggest things for me. It's just that. Also, I think with how aggressive that you have Theory playing when you're pushing all the way through, going like that and losing a sponsor team, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good whatsoever. Well, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at EG versus E United. Tied up 1-1 CTF London Docks. Dirk, you say E United, they've came to play today.
Definitely have. I mean, there was a whole lot of drama going on with that, and even their Twitter posted. Everyone's known for the memes of the E United Twitter. That's why we love them so much. It's just like, oh, turmoil in the org, maybe. Dominating, not being eliminated on Sunday, yes, 100%. And E United, they have came to play, and this is one of the crazy things. Myself and many others, we were just counting them out. We said there's no way they make it to championship Sunday. They're going to be eliminated by day 2. That's not the case here. Evil Geniuses, though, they are up 2-1 here in the CTF. Things are tied up at 1 apiece, but you start to see they're getting in a position to relay. Fighter pilot inbound. It's going to take out Pristini. One more to worry about in fire, but I believe that player did have mountains. So now they do know the positioning of Arcity since he did pick up the kill, but they're in position to try to get another pull here. 40 seconds to work with.
All right, on board with Nameless. And you see him sitting at 9-7, currently on a 3 streak. Looking for his next victim. Sees Pristini, but he's going to get taken out, gunned down real quick with that PPSH. So now H set up mid-map, being patient, waiting for the rest of the unit to spawn up, looking to catch one off guard. He catches Pristini, but he's going to start to fall to RCD. The Naval comes in with the trade. Now, can EG get through, get a flag? They got the kills in their favor. Clayster not checking both ways before he crossed that street.
And that's just one of those desperation plays, too. You're just trying to get a touch at that point in time. Evil Geniuses, they don't even need you, but they're going to go ahead and put another cap here on the board. It's going to be 3-1. We're about to transition over in towards the second half.
All right, E United has to dig deep, but we've seen them on this map specifically make big runs and blow teams out. And you know, they can get 3 flag caps in 2 minutes if they want to. But they're just gonna have to be that classic E United that we love to see. They have to dig down deep on this one. Let's see, you got Clayster sitting at 12-8. All right, E United trying to make that comeback, or they will be down 2-1.
Here's the thing, too. We already saw one streak come into play. I believe it was from Apathy of Evil Geniuses, so we'll see if he has anything else to work with as well. Off the initial, it's going to be 2 kills going in favor of the side of Evil Geniuses, and I'll make that 3. Apathy finding 2. Forces RCDs to wrap back. He's going to be fighting 1 versus 2. His teammate has popped up, but the flag is going to be pulled. He gets the quick steal going straight through the barrel building. Shots going to be coming from behind. They have the cuts. Now it's going to be Prestini chasing, trying to wallbang. Not going to be able to do it. Aches should be there to clean up this kill. Prestini wins it, but Evil Geniuses, cap number 4 on the board.
It's going to be running like Walter Payton with the quick cuts. Man.
The story of my family isn't about how we died. It's about how we lived.
The losers bracket run that like each of these teams have had. Like I just want to see like the level of competition they've had and see if maybe one team had an easier